What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Ham Shack. Today, over lunch hour, we're going to do some HF, make some contacts. SFI and sunspot numbers are pretty high today, so I'm kind of excited to see what kind of conditions we have out there. It looks like, at least on paper, it should be pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and see what's out there today. Just getting my windows adjusted here for you guys. So as you come in, drop a comment. Make sure you like and subscribe for more live streams in the future. Just getting everything situated here. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty excited because, man, I can't remember the last time I saw SFI this high, so I am hopeful that we will be seeing some DX today. DX should be in pretty good shape, to be honest, so I'm excited to see what's out there today. We're going to start off on 17 meters, see what's going on there. If 17 is a little, we will drop it down to 20 meters at that point. So welcome on in, guys, for the lunchtime live stream today. Super excited to have you guys hanging out. See what's good on the bands. Maybe you're on the bands. If you are, turn that radio on. See if we can't make contact here. Just getting everything situated. And if you've been on the radio so far today, let me know how it's been for you. Again, SFI looks really good. "17 meters was pretty good earlier today. I was on this morning making some HF contacts. That was going pretty well. So that's why I want to see if we're going to start off here on 17 and see if we hear any DX out there. So that will be mission number 1. What are you guys up to today? Drop me a note in the chat. Let me know what you're doing. We're going to start calling CQ here. Okay. Go ahead and open this up. All right, let's give a call. Find my foot switch here. I don't even know where my foot switch went. All right. Turn up the radio here for you guys. There we go. CQ17, CQ17, calling CQ. Calling CQ17, CQ17, CQ17 meters from Kilo, Zero, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. Calling CQ17, CQ17, CQ17 meters from Kilo, Zero, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. Calling CQ, CQ17 meters from Kilo, Zero, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie, QRZ. Nothing there. CQ17, CQ17, calling CQ. Calling CQ17, CQ17, CQ, CQ17 meters. CQ17 meters, calling CQ. Calling CQ17. CQ17, CQ17 meters from Kilo, Zero, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. calling CQ, CQ17 from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Still not hearing anything. CQ17 calling CQ, calling CQ17, CQ, calling CQ17, CQ17 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Still pretty quiet. You guys are quiet too in the chat today. CQ17 calling CQ, calling CQ17, CQ17 calling CQ, CQ17, CQ17 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ17, CQ from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. You might have to go to 20 meters, guys. 17, at least on phone right now, not doing too great. CQ17 calling CQ, calling CQ, CQ17, CQ17 calling CQ, CQ17 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. All right, let's jump to 20 meters, guys. See what's going on over there, because 17 doesn't seem to be doing very well. Just get tuned up here. Definitely seeing a lot of signals out there.
Thanks for trying. I am up in the northeast. If you can turn your beam this way and give it
another tune up here. Okay.
Yeah, the station in there, but not quite working with me calling the station. Thanks for the call. Maybe it's another queue, so, but anybody anywhere from November 1 Radio, Hotel City.
Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie.
Yeah, Lima Whiskey Charlie. Thank you very much. A little dog in the background. Hi Matthew. To work you again. Had a chance last December. So it's Mike up in Western Maine. About a 5.5, 5.6. I'll take a closer look. And a little bit of noise on my side today, Matthew. But I do copy. A couple others calling as well. Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Here's N1 RPH. Over.
Yeah, and 1 RPH from K0LWC. Very good, Michael. Well, you sound great here in Minnesota today. You're probably about a 5 and 9 on the peak, so you're sounding fantastic here in the land of 10,000 lakes. Beautiful audio as well. But again, it is an ICOM 7600. I take it you're operating as usual, so that is to be expected, especially with that SM8 microphone. So it's fantastic. Beautiful weather here in the state of Minnesota today. Heard you call in CQ and want to jump in and say hello. Like you said, we haven't talked since December, so it's been a little while. Hopefully things are going well for you guys in Maine, and Hurricane Ida didn't affect you guys up there too much, over?
No. As a matter of fact, I don't believe we got 3/4 of an inch of rain out of that whole thing, and no wind really to speak of. We might have had a gust of, 15 miles an hour at one point, but a very, very brief period of any wind at all. So now we lucked out. I think to our south, down around the coast, 70, 80 miles south, quite a bit more rain, maybe as much as 3 inches. But that's sort of been the pattern here anyway this year. We've either had it go to our north or to our south, and we actually here in northwest of us in Maine have remained in a near drought condition, a dry condition all summer long. So, although that said, July was the wettest on record, I think, in recent, at least for the last 7 years. So, some such thing like that, and maybe on record, but nevertheless, the grass is green, which is unusual for August. It really dries out by now and turns a lovely shade of brown, stuff that doesn't need mowing. And you're peaking 5.8, but relatively rapid QSB. I'm watching the meter there. Not dropping out of sight, but dropping down to F3, F4. So fairly rapid QSB, Matthew. But hey, thanks for taking time today. Everything going well out there, over?
Yeah, and 1 RPH, K0LWC. Yeah, everything's going out here great. I mean, I said beautiful weather. Got a lot of fall projects to get it done around the yard. Michael got to get the deck stained and get the grass taken care of. We just got back, of course, from our long holiday weekend here. Took a little trip into Wisconsin and visited family, and now we're back. That means there is stuff to get done. But glad you guys weren't impacted greatly by Hurricane Ida. And 3 inches of rain, oh heck, that's another Saturday or Sunday soaking type weather system for us here in Minnesota. That's not at all bad. We've had a pretty bad drought out here this summer, but it's starting to ease up a little bit. But I hope that drought continues in the wintertime. You know, we're not a big fan of that snow stuff around here. At least I'm not. Many people are here in Minnesota, hence why they live here. But certainly not me, Michael. Thanks for the 5 and 8. I'm glad that things are working well. We're just running the 100 watts here from the ICOM 7300. And we are streaming live on YouTube right now. So I said you will be on the video here on the YouTube channel in the future. So I'll let you make some more contacts. Michael, again, great signal here in Minnesota. You sound choice. Love that SM8 microphone. Sounds wonderful. And we'll turn it over to you to put a bow on it. 73, take care. Thanks for the contact. Great to hear you again. And hope to run into you again down the log. November 1, Romeo Papa Hotel from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Back over to you.
Okay, Matthew. Yeah, very, very fun. And with all those lakes out there, yeah, people love it up there. It's all that time of water fishing.
No, Ben, no snow. No snow.
Walleye in that country. I don't think we have any in Maine. I may be mistaken, but always kind of intrigued me. So, okay. I remember. I think I do remember. You stream pretty regular now that yeah, memory's coming back a little bit, I think. So I did go to your QRZ site last time we talked, and I believe I didn't happen to catch part of that off. So wonderful stuff. Take care of the summer straight out here and have some fun now. And good luck with all the fall chores. Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie. Be well, Matthew.
73, bye-bye. Got some local noise coming up here. Get off that noise. Let's try 280 and see what happens here. See if this is pretty clear. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? K0LWC. Someone's there. All right, I'll QSY. Let's try 284. See if we can get that going. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? K0LWC. All right, sounds like it's clear. Let's give her a go. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. From Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. From Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Kilo 3 Delta Mike.
Was that Kilo 3 Delta Mike?
QSL, good afternoon. Kilo 3 Delta Mike. The name is Denny Delta Echo November Yankee in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Been following your live feed, over.
Oh, very good. Kilo 3 Delta Mike. Thanks for following the live feed. You're about 5 and 7, 57 today here in Minnesota. Great signal.
Very good. Got you between 5.7 and 5.9 here. Beautiful day here today in central Pennsylvania. And how are things out there in Minnesota, over?
Oh, things are good. It's going to be a equally beautiful day. I look outside here at my shack window and I see nothing but sunshine, a very light breeze, and temperatures I think supposed to be in the upper 70s today. So it's hard to complain about this. This is probably, you know, my favorite time of year. There's nothing better than fall, especially in this part of the country. The only bad part about fall is that winter comes right after it. Hi.
QSL on that. Had a little bit of QSB there, and you dropped down to about a 5.5, but came right back up. But sounding good, and I didn't get the chance to get to you on 17 meters. By the time I did that, you were planning on coming up here to down here to 20, over.
Yeah, 17, I don't know. It was good this morning. There was some good DX on FT8 into the EU. And then I said phone just kind of got quiet. So, I only spent a little bit of time up there and had to drop down to 20 because I don't know. Hopefully 17 gets a little bit better later on. But it was good this morning, but just seemed like it faded out. And I said, well, obviously you can see me here in the shack. I'm just running 100 watts from the ICOM 7300 into a dipole mounted in a sloper configuration, probably sloping very close to you there in PA. And it runs from about 70 feet down to about 30 feet, northwest, southeast on the slope. Over.
QSL. I am also running 100 watts into an ICOM 7300, and I have a multi.
Gotta love that 7300
antenna on the roof. One of the Comet CHA 250Ds.
Oh well, I said no wonder you sound good. You're using a 7300. I said they're a great sounding radio. I said a little finicky when you have one of these boom microphones here, but I said still nothing better than a 7300 for the price tag. Can't beat it. And very good on the multiband dipole. I said same thing I have here. My ZS6 BKW dipole I can use on 5 bands with no tuner whatsoever, which is really nice. And I said for just about anything else I can tune it with the internal 3-to-1 tuner, which is great. All right, well I said I'll let you go. I'll say 73. Thanks for the contact. Happy to get you in the logbook. For the first time, too. First contact in the log. That's awesome. So I hope to pick you up on some other bands when we do some more live streaming, Dennis. So 73, thanks for the contact to PA. Again, you sound fantastic here in the land of 10,000 lakes. Kilo 3, Delta Mike from Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie. Over to you, Dennis.
Well, very good, Matt. Very good. I'm glad I was able to find you.
Uh-oh. Chewy's here. He's still alive.
Definitely enjoy reviewing your YouTube live stream video then. So thank you very much again for taking my call, and I wish you a great rest of this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, and stay safe and stay healthy out there. So Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, this is Kilo 3 Delta Mike 73.
Yeah, 73, Dennis. Thanks again so much. Really appreciate it. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie for the Lunchtime live stream on YouTube. You can go to the K0LWC YouTube channel to tune in and see how you sound on this end here in Minnesota. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie QRZ.
Kilo 5 Alpha Papa Delta.
All right, a few stations in there. The one that won out, though, was the Kilo 5. The Kilo 5 only again.
This is Kilo 5 Alpha Papa Delta.
All right, Kilo 5 Alpha Papa Delta. Beautiful signal here into Minnesota. I'll take a closer look at the meter next go-around. You got Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango, call sign Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, just about 20 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis. Jim, over.
All right, Matt, Kilo 0 LWC. This is Kilo 5 Alpha Papa Delta. Yeah, I'm Jim here in New Mexico. I've talked to you before, but I've got this new vanity call since August 17th, so I thought I would make contact with you and get on the log with you on the new call there. Go ahead.
Well, you sure sound fantastic. You're 5 and 9, 59, and very good on the new call. So what spurred that?
Well, I retired 27 years working at the local police department as a reserve officer, also parking enforcement. Did most of my time over there as a detention officer, and then I retired as an animal control. Did just about everything over there. 27 years old. I'm retired now. So it was our chief of police department. So APD worked out good for me on a vanity call.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Very good. Well, I said, glad you got the new call sign. That's awesome that it was available with that suffix, and yeah, that's spectacular. What's my signal report so I can get it down in the log? How am I doing into the deserts of New Mexico today?
Well, Matt, you were a solid 5'9". When I first talked to you, you came down at 5'8", but you're still good and solid in Q5.
All right, awesome. And beautiful audio, by the way. What's the audio setup there?
You're got an IC 7300 and have
of course.
700 watts peak. I would. Last time I looked over there.
What's going on, Todd?
Some now, and got a hex beam about 30 feet pointing your way.
Oh, I said the audio is just fantastic, but then again, it's hard to make an ICOM 7300 sound bad, so it sounds excellent. All right, well, I said I know there's some other people in there, so I'll say 73 and tie it up with you. Again, thanks so much for popping in here. Jim, you will be on the YouTube live stream today. I am live streaming on the K0LWC YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out. And thanks so much for the contact. Really appreciate it. K5APD from K0LWC.
All right, man. I'll look you up on there and see if I'm still subscribed to you. K0LWC, K5APD, Jim in Southeast New Mexico. Sign it off, 73.
73, and enjoy your nice season that's coming up. I know you guys are getting over the warm season where it's it's a little warm out there. So take care, 73, and have a great one. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Kilo 4 Whiskey Golf Echo.
The Kilo 4, the Kilo 4.
Kilo 4 Whiskey Sierra Delta, got your 59 out of Tallahassee, Florida.
Yeah, Kilo 4 Whiskey Sierra Delta. Very good. Good to hear you there from Florida. And I'll give you a second report on the next go-around. You have Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango, just about 20 miles north of downtown Minneapolis.
Okay, very good, Matt. Name here is Alan, Alpha Lima Lima, Echo November. I'm also running a 9C 7300.
Everyone's got them.
Halfway.
Well, the NFED halfway is doing a fantastic job for you. What's the height off the ground there, Alan?
The match box is about 5 feet, and the end of the slope is up about 30 feet.
Nice. Well, I said you're doing good. You're 5 and 5, 55 here into the northwest suburbs of Minneapolis, Alan.
Okay, appreciate the 5-5 and contact. I'll let the others jump in here, 7-3.
And then just before you run, Alan, what was my report down into Tallahassee today?
In the very beginning, you were a 5-9. You dropped down to about a 5-5, 5-6.
All right, so a little bit of QSB all over the band today. Everyone's talking about the QSB. So, all right, thanks so much, Alan. I appreciate it. 73, and have a great one. Great to get you in the logbook for the first time. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Golf Echo.
The Kilo Bravo 3.
There's Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Golf Echo. Good afternoon.
Yeah, Kilo Bravo 3 Whiskey Golf Echo. All right, we got you in there. Thanks so much for popping in, saying hello here this morning for me, this afternoon for you. You're sounding great here in Minnesota. You have Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango, just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'll give you a closer look here at the meter for your signal report on the next go-around.
Roger, Matt. My name here is Jimmy, and you were a 5-9 foot MFED long wire. Over.
And was that a 5.5, Jimmy?
5-9 on that last over.
All right, 5.9. You got a little bit of fade on there, so that QSB is still sneaking in there. I'm going to give you a 5 and 5, 55 officially, but again, QSB is kind of taking you up and down like a rubber band. We're just running 100 watts here from an ICOM 7300 into a sloping dipole that goes from about 70 feet down to 30 feet, and it's sloping northwest southeast here across the backyard. But again, the QSB is what it is, but when you're in there, you sound fantastic, Jimmy.
Yeah, Roger, fine business on that. Yeah, I have the Chameleon MCOM 2 60-foot end-fed long wire with a 60-foot counterpoise. It's like a sloping configuration. It goes from about 35 foot down to like nothing in the field in the back of my mobile home I live in. Over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I have one of those antennas too. It's actually sitting here in the shack with me. I used it extensively when I lived out in Colorado for many years. It's a great little antenna, and I tell everybody, if you have a Chameleon antenna, I haven't come across any antenna that is built to the level of quality of the Chameleon, but then again, you are going to pay for it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about buying another one just to have a backup. This one will be up here where I'm at in Warfield in eastern Pennsylvania.
Thanks so much, Jim.
3 years in December. So there you go. My hometown is Bethlehem, big steel city, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. All right, fine business, Matt. We'll get you down on the log, and we'll see you down the log. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie from Kilowatt Bravo 3 Whiskey Golf Echo, 73.
All right, 73, and thanks for popping in and saying hello. I'll break there with KV3WGE. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Ooh, someone's in there. I heard somebody and they're way down there by the noise floor. Try it one more time, QRZ. Someone's in there really quiet. All right, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, calling CQ20, CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ20, CQ20 from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Alpha Kilo 4 Delta.
Alpha Kilo 4 Delta. Good morning.
Good morning to you. You've got a great signal coming into North Carolina, about a 5.9 in strength. The name here is Terry, Tango Echo, Romeo, Romeo Yankee, Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie. This is Alpha Kilo 4 Delta.
All right, Alpha Kilo 4 Delta. Very good to get you in the log again, Terry. I see we made contact back in January when it looked a lot different outside on the ground for us around here, Terry. Minnesota gets a little snowy and white in January. But good to hear you again. I'll give you a report the next go-around. I just don't want to give you one right now because the QSB kind of got you on that last one. The QSB is pretty nasty here on the band, which is kind of surprising. I didn't think there would be as much QSB as there is, but hey, I don't control the bands. But you're sounding good up this way. Q5 copied the entire way. And we're just running 100 watts here into the dipole as we usually do, Terry. But boy, you sound good.
Okay, well, your signal's really doing well. And of course, I'm just running 100 watts into, let's see, right now I'm hooked up to
Look, takes them right out. Right out. That QSB is nasty.
That I'm getting out to you. How's the strength now?
All right, yeah, the QSB took you down again, but you are 5 and 6, 56 here into Minnesota today. I mean, they said when you're 5 and 6, I mean, boy, you're Q5. You sound great, wonderful audio, but yeah, even at 5.6, I mean, it's an armchair copy. But the QSB, that last one, brought you right down to about a 2 or 3 by 1. So it's that QSB is nasty today.
Okay, well, very good, very good. Anyway, so we spoke or had a QSO back in January. Golly, how things were very much different then. I'll tell you what, I'm going to turn it back over to you for a minute. I'm going to switch over to my Carolina window and see if that makes any difference. Back to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to help test that out, Terry, to see if switching the antenna makes any difference. And yeah, it's the QSB is really bad today. And thank you, I said to Jim, also K0LWC, if you're still in there watching, thanks for making the contact today as well. I said I am streaming live on YouTube this morning for a little lunchtime hangout with those that follow on YouTube, doing a little HF over the lunch hour, Terry. So nothing better than a little radio over the lunchtime. But back over to you. We'll see how your Carolina Wyndham does compared to your last antenna. Alpha Kilo 4 Delta from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Ooh, he may have gone away completely. Alpha Kilo 4 Delta from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Terry, if you're out there, I mean, I can't hear you at all. So I said if you were coming through on your Carolina Wyndham, yeah, you just dropped out completely. Yep, you're right back in there at a 5 and 6. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, I said, yeah, Carolina Wyndham just took you right down, so he must have been in the right part of the lobe of the antenna there, Terry. But all right, I'll say 73, let you go, make some more contacts. There is a pile in there behind you as well, so I won't hold it with you too long, but happy to get you in the logbook again. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello, and we'll catch you again down the log. Alpha Kilo 4 Delta from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Over to you, Terry.
Okay, very good. Have a good afternoon and make some good contacts. I'm going to do just a few adjustments here. And anyway, maybe we'll reconnect again just in a short time or maybe next January. Who knows? 73 to you. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie Alpha Kilo 4 Delta.
Yeah, 73 Terry, and again, happy to hear you on the bands today. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. KRZ.
W1 Juliet Whiskey Charlie.
W1 Juliet Whiskey Charlie from K0LWC. Good, let's see, good morning for me, Jerry. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good morning, Matt. I believe it's Matt. And we are located here in western Massachusetts, about 10 miles east of the New York State border. Got you about 5'7" to 5'8" here. There's quite a bit of QSC on the band this morning there, Matt.
Yeah, so the QSB is pretty nasty today. It's up and down, and it's just dropping people down for a split second. It's pretty rapid, at least that's what we're experiencing here. I'll give you a closer look here at the meter on the next go-around, but a Q5 copy, you sound great here in Minnesota. We're just running 100 watts here into the dipole sloper from 70 down to 30 northwest southeast here across the backyard. But yeah, I said conditions I was excited about. I saw the SFI and the sunspot number up high this morning, but the QSB is kind of killer.
Yeah, you never know what you're going to get, right? All we can do is keep trying. Yeah, you sound really good here, too. I wonder what you're using for equipment. Radio here is a Flex 6400. We're using the external Maestro unit with a Bluetooth headset. About 600 watts into a high tower vertical antenna there, Matt. Go ahead.
Oh, I said you're doing fantastic. You're peaking 5 and 8 there the last time, and it sounds like a brilliant setup. It's doing a wonderful job for you. Like I said, just at 100 watts in a wire here, and then running an ICOM 7300 with a Heil PR781 microphone. So hopefully the audio is good. What's going on, Joseph? Good to see you here in the chat. I am streaming live on YouTube here this morning and enjoying some contacts here over the HF lunch hour. But yeah, we're just running a Heil mic with the 7300, and I think I got it dialed in pretty good. But I'll be curious to what you think the audio sounds like on your end. Of course, it's always subjective, Jerry, but how's the audio to your ear? Over.
It's absolutely superb. It really is. Did you say that was the PR781? And then the next question is, are you going directly into the 7300?
Yep, it is the Heil PR781, and there is a preamp outboard of the radio. So it goes microphone, preamp, and then fed into the microphone port on the front of the radio on the ICOM. There's a lot of stages to that audio setup. Of course, the preamplifier is a tube preamplifier, which gives it a nice warm tone, which I really like. And then you have to learn how to dial in the preamp, and then, of course, the stuff that happens in the radio. It takes a bit of troubleshooting, but once you get it figured out and dialed in, it still works pretty darn good. Oh, I said, Jerry, you dropped out on me as well. Try that question one more time. It is the, I think you're asking about the microphone, Jerry. It's a little bit tough to pick you up. It is the Heil PR781, and the tube preamplifier is a ART, A-R-T Studio V3. Yep, the company that makes it is called ART, A-R-T, Applied Research and Technology, ART, and it is a Studio V3 preamplifier.
It sounds fabulous. It really does. You get your 7300 sounding really good with that setup. We also got a 7300 here. Who doesn't, right? Just about everybody does. But sounding good, Matt. I wish conditions were better. I would record it for you, but the conditions. So maybe we can do this sometime again. But trust me, it sounds fabulous. Have a great day there, Matt. Nice working with you. Back
you.
All right, thanks so much, Jerry. Yeah, great to work you, get you in the logbook. You sound fantastic here in Minnesota today, and I appreciate the contact here on the YouTube live stream over lunch hour. W1JWC 73 from the land of 10,000 Lakes from K0LWC.
Whiskey November 3 Tango. I do like your YouTube streaming. Excellent, excellent.
73, Jerry, thanks so much. And there was a Whiskey November 3 Tango.
Roger, Roger. K0LWC from Whiskey November 3 Tango. You're 5'8" to 5'9" with some QSB here in Centerville, Virginia. My name is Rick, Radio India Charlie Kilo, and it looks like we worked a couple times before there, Matt. It looks like you used to be in Colorado, and now you're in Minnesota. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing here. I see we worked a couple times in Colorado and then once in Minnesota back in November of last year. So great to hear you again.
Yeah, Roger, you got a real nice sounding signal. I think I heard you tell somebody you're only running 100 watts to a dipole. So you're sounding great. Solid 5.9 on that last over. I'm running an ICOM 7610 here, Matt, and amplifier is a KPA 1500, which is relatively new. Just had it for about 4 weeks now. And the antenna is a 4-element Yagi monoband. It's
beautiful
a
antenna.
204BA. She's up there at 100 feet. Back to you, Matt. K0LWC, WN3T.
WN3T from K0LWC. Yeah, I saw your antenna there when I clicked on your QRZ profile, and I immediately started salivating looking at your antenna setup. It's just beautiful. I see you said, of course, you got the big one there up top, but I'm also seeing, I'm wondering if it's the same location or maybe it's an old antenna for you. It looks like you had a hex beam. Do you still have that, or is that like a different QTH perhaps?
Yeah, still have the hex beam. I've got two towers. The big tower is a AB 105 100-foot guide at 3 levels, and then the smaller tower is a Roan HB DX 48, which is a self-supporting 48-foot tower, and that's what the hex beam is attached to. It's a 48-foot tower. The self-supporting 48-foot tower is just a couple feet away from the house, and then the 100-foot tower is about 100 feet away from the house. So yeah, still have the hex beam, and I've got 2 towers. Over.
Oh, you got 2 towers. I'm still trying to get 1 tower, and here you got 2 towers on me. Watts into the 7300 here, and I think I finally dialed in the preamplifier along with all the audio stages in the radio. When you feed it in through the normal mic port, you're going through different EQ and stuff on the 7300 side. So getting those two things to work together in harmony, it takes a little trial and error, but I think I finally got it figured out. And yeah. I had a question here from my live stream. Somebody was wondering if you can easily switch between the antenna that you're on now and the hex beam to see the difference. Is that something that you can easily do there, Jerry? Or Rich?
Let's see. First of all, the hex beam is a great antenna. I love mine, and I wouldn't touch a thing on your audio. By the way, Matt, your PR781 with the 7300 sounds great. I'm just using the ICOM SM30 desk mic here. No external EQ. Just running the. Of course, I've got the compressor on wide with some pretty aggressive bass and treble settings. Well, let's see. I could do it. Right now, my hex beam is pointed towards Europe, but yeah, I actually here. Let me swing the hex beam around. Let's see. You're probably right around. I'm guessing about 280 degrees, somewhere in there. So let me come around here. And in fact, I've just swung the hex beam around. I'm not on it yet, but it's now pointing in the same exact direction that the 4-element Yagi is at. So hang on 1 second. I got to do a real quick tune-up with the amp, and then I'll be switching over to the hex beam for comparison. QSL?
All right, QSL, I'll stand by for that comparison.
Okay, Matt, K0LWC from Whiskey November 3 Tango. This is now on the hex beam, same power level, about 700 watts. And you probably should notice probably about a 2 S unit difference with the hex beam being not as strong.
That's what it is.
Back to you, how copy?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm seeing is about 2 S units. That's precisely what it dropped between the two. So still a Q5 copy. With a QSB was a little bit worse, of course, with a 2 S unit drop. But yeah, that's precisely what it was. But still no problem copy.
Okay, yeah, that jives with pretty much all the testing I've done. Okay, let me switch back to the big antenna. Stand by.
Standing by for that.
Okay, yeah, back on the high gain 204BA 4-element Yagi at 100 feet. So definitely the 2 extra elements with the extra height, I'm sure makes a difference on that. Over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The height and like you said, the additional gain behind that antenna, I said it definitely makes a difference, no question. Well, I said, thanks for doing that test. Again, that was a request from my viewers here on YouTube. They wanted to have a comparison and see the difference, so I appreciate you doing that. And I said, I'll let you go. I know there's a few other people there in line behind you, so I don't want to hold it too long, but I appreciate you doing that test for the benefit of my viewers. They were curious. So great to hear you again. I'm glad to get you in the logbook, and there's no surprise with an antenna setup like that. It's not going to be the last time we have a contact there, Rick. Because with that antenna, we're going to run into each other again. You're going to do all the heavy lifting for me. So 73, have a great rest of your Tuesday out there. Hopefully you had a wonderful Labor Day weekend. And I'll pass it over to you. Whiskey November 3 Tango from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie.
Roger. Real good, Matt. Yeah, real nice running into you again. And hope we do it again soon. And yeah, hex beams definitely the way to go. They're not that expensive, relatively speaking. You can turn them with just a lightweight rotator. And a lot of people don't even use towers. A buddy of mine, not far away from me, has a push-up mast on his hex beam. It's only up about 29 feet, and he works the world with it. So yeah, and by the way, mine is a K0LWC hex beam. So 7-3, really enjoyed the QSO, Matt, and we'll look for you again down the log. K0LWC, Whiskey November 3 Tango, now clear. 73, Matt.
73, Rick, thanks again for doing that. Really appreciate it. And that's the one I was looking at, the K4KIO one. That might be the one that I end up ordering here over the winter time to get ready to put it up in the spring. So again, thanks so much for doing that test. WN3T from K0LWC. And with that, I'll be QRZ again, and we are streaming live on YouTube here for the Lunchtime HF Ham Shack Hangout. So this is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Kilo Bravo number 2, Charlie Hotel Mike.
Kilo Bravo 2, Charlie Hotel Mike. Good afternoon, Stuart. How are things out in New York today?
Good. Sunny, blue sky, and 76 degrees. It's beautiful. How's things there?
about the same. Sunny, a little light breeze, and just beautiful temperatures today. So much of the same. It's hard to complain with weather like we're having. It's great to pick you up again. I see we made a couple contacts back in November and December of last year here on 20 meters. So it's good to hear you still out there, run into you again. How have things been since we last chatted late back last year?
Doing good. I picked up a new amplifier. This is nice. I picked up an ACOM 1000. Nice amplifier to, I mean, these things just tune so nice. KB2CHM, go ahead.
Oh, is that one of the solid state ones, if I'm not mistaken?
No, I don't. I'm going to stay away from. No, this has got the ceramic tube in it. As far as solid state, I don't know if we're there yet. I mean, unless you spend $6,000 or $7,000, but I'm a little scared.
That QSB is just like back and forth really quick.
By solid state, you have problems with it, but no, this has got a 4CX 800 in it.
Okay, yeah, I myself would probably go tube. I'm looking at just getting a small little amplifier, just a little something like an AL811 with the 572s in them, something like that. I don't need anything crazy. I don't need full legal limit, and I'd probably still stick tube just because of how cost effective they are. So that's probably what I'll end up doing sometime in the next 6 months or a year or so. But yeah, it's working well for you. The QSB is really rapid on your signal up and down, but when you're in there, again, beautiful audio and a beautiful signal, again, at about 5.5, 5.6 in the peak. How am I doing on your end there in New York, just so I can jot it down here in the logbook?
About a 5.5, but it's about the same. It's up and down, so it's not us, it's the band. About a 5.5. Sounds great. I've got one upstairs, 811. I bought it brand new. I used it for an hour, and I put 572Bs in it. You can't kill them. I think if you buy an 811 amp and you use it on a daily basis, you're going to replace them. There's no doubt about it. But if you can, buy an 811, put 572Bs in it, and it'll last. It should last your lifetime. Wow, maybe. But it's a good choice. And that's all you need. I'm only running, I'm running 800 right now. But I mean, 600-700 watts is all you need anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I said, you're not netting much once you get up around 600-700 watts. Beyond that, it's minimal. So that's why, as much as it'd be, cool to run a full legal limit, I'll just stick with the, running a 5 or 600 watts and call it a day. But yeah, I see now you can order the AL811 with the 572Bs in them. I don't know if it comes in the factory that way or if the actual supplier, like the HRO or Giga, does that themselves. But yeah, you can actually order them with the 572Bs now, which is what I've done. Everyone says that that's the way to go. Put those 572Bs in and they can just take a beating and they last much longer than those stock tubes that come in the AL811. So I think that's going to be the way to go. But the real thing, of course, I want to get the antenna sorted first, Stuart, and that is going to the hex beam, because that's going to, of course, make the biggest difference of all. Get a proper antenna. The wire dipole here does fantastic. I can't complain, even at 100 watts, and it will be getting easier and easier here in the next couple of years. But I want to get the hex beam checked off the list, and then we'll worry about upping that power a little bit. Over.
Oh, no, you're doing... refresh my memory. Where are you located?
I'm located about 20 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, you're doing great on 100 watts. The hex beam will be great. See, I'm running off-center fed dipoles. Now, this is my 160, and because it's so long, and the two wires are in different directions, so I got a lot of gain on 20 meters. This thing works fantastic. Now, I don't know if this is true. Somebody told me Amatron put a hold on putting 572Bs in them because it's hard to get tubes now. I don't know if that's the case or not. Now, I did it so long ago that I put 3 of them in it for less than $100. I think now it's $250. But don't let that scare you.
it's well worth the money to put the 572 beats in. And I'm sure you know that. Go ahead.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't let that scare me at all because, like you said, you're just going to go through those stock tubes fairly quickly. So I would buy it, and I probably would run the tubes until I toast them, and then quickly put the 572 ins immediately. I'd just put them on order. It doesn't surprise me, you know, the 572Bs as well as other stuff. All of that stuff's in short supply. I know I looked at getting an amplifier earlier this year, and I think when I was looking at it, this was more towards like January of this year. 5-6 months out from the order date, and I just assumed that there were supply chain issues. You know, everything is having supply chain issues right now, particularly electronics and electronic components. So I figured something in that amplifier they couldn't find from their suppliers overseas. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the tube, Stuart. But yeah, the 572Bs will definitely go in that AL811 when I go ahead and order it. But all right, I don't want to hold it with you too long, Stuart. There might be a few people behind you there waiting to say hello. Again, we are live streaming on YouTube today on the YouTube channel. So thanks for jumping in, saying hello. Let me know about your setup there. Again, sounds fantastic. Beautiful signal here into the land of 10,000 lakes. I'll pass it over to you, Stuart, to put a final word in, and then we'll consider it tied up. Kilo Bravo 2, Charlie Hotel Mike from Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey Charlie.
Yeah, sounds good. Good signal, 100 watts, yeah. It took me 3 weeks. It took me 3 weeks to get this one. I mean, it's everything. It's amplifiers, antennas, everything. You look for amplifiers and they're out of stock. But I ordered it, and they don't charge your card till they ship it. And what's nice with this, they test them. They tested it before it left. So
that's kind of nice that they test it, QC it.
How often you use 1,000 watts on 6 meters, but it'll do 1,200, but it'll do 1,000 watts continuous. But oh, this thing's great. And I'm thinking, you know, I've got an SB220, the 811, and another. You can never have too many radios and amplifiers. So hey, 7-3, it's been nice chatting. It's nice to catch up to people that you talk to every so often. KB2CHM, Rochester, New York. Take care, 7-3.
73, Stuart, thanks for coming in, saying hello. Hope to run into you again down the log, and with that signal, I'm sure I will. So have a great one out there and a great rest of your hopefully short week here. Kilo Bravo 2, Charlie Hotel Mike, take care. I'll break there and say K0LWC, QRZ.
KB4U, Atlanta, Georgia.
Kilo Bravo 4, Uniform, good afternoon.
Hey, I'm formerly from Friendly Fridley and a customer of Dan and Maylene at Radio City in Mounds View. Now living here in Atlanta, Georgia. Name is Jim, J-I-M. And your signal is not good. It's great. It is great. You're the strongest signal on the band. Audio sounds great. K0LWC, KB4U.
KB4U, K0LWC. Yeah, that's a very good report. Thanks so much. I'm going to assume it's a 5.9. I'm going to jot it down as such. I'll give you a report in the next go-around. You're not going to be as strong, but no problem. Armchair copy. Yeah, it's sad that Radio City has closed up shop a number of years ago. They're still around, I will tell you that. They still have inventory. In fact, I just spotted them over at one of our local swap fests over there in the northeast side of Minneapolis about a month and a half ago. So they're still around. They just wanted to get out of the business and just couldn't keep up with all the work that it entails. But they still have inventory, and they're still coming out to see people at Swap Fest, which is great. But that was a big loss to the ham radio community here in the Twin Cities when Radio City went up. I would love to see an HRO or something come in here. That would be absolutely fantastic. So fingers crossed. But yeah, we're just here running 100 watts into a dipole, sloping down in your direction, northwest-southeast. It slopes from about 70 down to 30 feet, and running an ICOM 7300 here, and the Heil PR 781. And I see we last made contact on Valentine's Day here on 20 meters as well. So great to hear you again.
Well, thank you very much. I don't keep any logs, so every contact is new for me. I'm preparing for Alzheimer's, so every conversation is a brand new conversation. I get to say hello and nice to meet you every single time. The Hamfest, Northeast Minneapolis, I had no idea there was one. I thought the closest one would be Rush City or Rochester. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was the, I can't remember the name of it now. I want to say it was the St. Paul Amateur Radio Club that hosted it. It was up at a church on kind of the northern suburbs there, just north of Minneapolis. It was a great little event. It was an outdoor tailgate in the church parking lot. Let me see if I can find the name of it. It was great. They had a barbecue, a guy out there smoking barbecue. Oh, it was delicious. And a great time to be outside. And I said it was nice and safe that it was outside for COVID reasons. And yeah, it was a great event. The big one, of course, that we have out here that everyone goes to is the Buffalo Ham Fest, which has been canceled this year. But that's usually the biggie, just west of the Twin Cities. And then, of course, the monthly get-up is always the Hams in the Park, the second Saturday of every month. But there's so many great ham events here in the Twin Cities. It's nice to be able to keep up with people. But yeah, I said Radio City, I used to go there when I was in college in Menominee, Wisconsin, just over the border. When I was a college student, I used to drive an hour and a half to go pick up the stuff that I needed because I didn't want to wait for it to be on order. So I was a loyal customer myself of Radio City, even having to drive 90 minutes one way.
That is a great tribute to Dan and Maylene. Well, you know, they play bluegrass music. Last time I was up there, and I drove all the way back to Atlanta, Dan showed me his CD of him and his bluegrass band, so I bought it. And I don't know that everybody knows that fact, but he is a musician. Wow, yeah, Buffalo, I forgot about it. And St. Cloud also has a ham fest. And I didn't know about the ones in the park there. Great. Wow. You guys are doing it right up there. Well, like you said, there are probably other people waiting to talk with you, so I'll bow out. Great talking with you again. Look for you on Valentine, 73, K0LWC, KB4U.
Yeah, KB4U, and just so you have it for the log, even though you don't keep one, just the mental one, that is, you're 5 and 5, 55 here in the land of 10,000 lakes. So thanks for stopping by, saying hello there from DeKalb County, and we'll catch you again down the log. Kilo Bravo 4 Union from K0LWC. Bye-bye. QRZ. Oh, there's a Kilo 4 in there, very light. Try it again. I got Kilowatt Alpha 4, but that's it. Is that Uniform Golf Hotel? All right, still did not get the suffix. You're very, very light right around the noise. The QSB just gets you. Try it one more time. I think it's going to be too light. Too light. Yeah, I don't think you're going to make it. You're right by the noise floor. Maybe wait a little bit and come back and try it again. This is Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey Charlie, QRZ, all stations. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, CQ, CQ20. Calling CQ20, CQ20 meters from Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ20. Calling CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20. For the Lunchtime HF live stream on YouTube, this is Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. For the YouTube live stream on the K0LWC YouTube channel, this is K0LWC QRZ. Ending in Bravo, ending in Bravo. Ending in Bravo.
Echo, Tango, Bravo, W4, Echo, Tango, Bravo, over.
W4, Echo, Tango, Bravo. All right, we got you in there, Ed. Thanks for coming in and saying hello this afternoon.
Solid 59 in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. You got the name correct, Echo Delta. Solid 596, over.
QSL, thanks so much for the 5 and 9. You're 5 and 5, 55 here, into the northwestern suburbs of Minneapolis, Minnesota, a city called Maple Grove. And great audio, just running 100 watts into a dipole, sloping in your direction from 70 down to 30 feet. And running an ICOM 7300 with a PR 781 microphone. Back over to you, Ed.
ICOM 7300 here, 6 beam on top of farmhouse roof.
pointed your general direction. I didn't look up the exact directions. I said, yes, no.
Yeah, if you're pointing in the general direction of Minnesota, you're doing pretty good. You're 5 and 5, 55 here on this end. So it looks like we're about the same both ways. And we're just doing a little live streaming here on YouTube today, making some contacts over the lunch hour. How are things in North Carolina this afternoon?
It's a Labor Day weekend. Got a contractor out here on the farm with his bulldozer moving up my road. Things are good. Can't get too much better. It's been a nice, quiet summer. We've missed the hurricanes. They've been devastating in New York and Louisiana. And just pray we don't have to get hit with a level 5 hurricane.
Yeah, I'm just looking at your picture here, Ed, W4ETB from K0LWC. Looks like you guys had a very interesting career there in the legal system. That's awesome.
The legal system was fun. I enjoyed it. I went into the Army with no education at all, and I retired as a full colonel with 3 degrees. So things are good. Can't complain. And the 7300, your 7300 is a fantastic radio. Great little radio. Almost silly to spend more money than I have to.
Yeah, you can't spend $900 or $1,000 any better than the ICOM 7300. There's just no question about it, Ed. It's just a fantastic radio, and it just sounds great. It's hard to make them sound bad, honestly, and they just work, and they're a workhorse. So I love it. I have a lot of ICOM radios. That's kind of always been an ICOM guy. I see, although you got kind of a mix there between an IC 7200, an IC 706, and an FTDX 5000. I have to assume that you're on the 5000 now. Is that right, Ed? He's fading down on me a little bit. You may have taken a fade on me there, Ed. You still able to hear me on my end?
Again, please.
Yeah, I said QSB is getting us on both sides, Ed. So I'm not going to hold it with you, but I do have you in the logbook. Thanks so much. Again, you're sounding good when you're in there. It's just the QSB is nasty here on 20 meters today. So I'll say 73, but we got you here in the logbook from Minnesota. Take care. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. W4ETB from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. 73, Ed.
59 last hurry. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks so much, Ed. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. QRZ. Kilo 2 Papa Lima Mike Mobile. Sounding good, Peter. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm currently on Interstate 10 about 220 miles west of San Antonio, and I'm eastbound, over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you're doing great for mobile. I hear you're just outside of San Antonio. I'll give you a report on the next go-around to make sure I give you an accurate one, but you're sounding just fine. Great, highly above the noise you're running there, Peter. Over to you.
Roger, I've got a Yaesu 857 Delta, and it's going through an APAD 120 Alpha, and my F-150, 15, wonderful grounding straps all over it, over.
Oh, wonderful. It's doing a great job for you. When you're in there, the QSB is getting you, but you're 5 and 5, 55 here into the northwestern suburbs of Minneapolis, Minnesota. You sound fantastic. I'm just running an ICOM 7300, 100 watts, into a dipole that slopes northwest, southeast from 70 feet down to 30 feet here across the backyard, Peter.
Roger. You're a solid 5'9" down here in central Texas. I've been camping up in the mountains of New Mexico for 3 months. Well, yeah, it's been cool.
What do you want to know, Brian? Let me know. I'll tell you the secrets before the video comes out. Oh, excellent. Yeah, I see. It looks like you're into camping. I can tell by the picture there on your QRZ profile. Because if I remember correctly here, I'll just go ahead and bring it up again, and I'll show it to my viewers. We are live streaming here on YouTube today. It looks like you're into camping. I see you hauling a small camper with your truck. And I said, I'm assuming that was in, looks like California. Is that right? The picture that's on your QRZ profile there? right there, Peter. You may have dropped out on me. Are you able to hear me? Yeah, you're pretty close to the noise. I won't hold that with you too long, especially since you're mobile. But yeah, absolutely. I said, looks like you're an avid outdoorsman, which I can appreciate. I lived in Colorado for nearly a decade and definitely enjoyed my time escaping up into the mountains every chance we got. Spent a lot of time across all the different mountain ranges in the Colorado area, including hanging out in the deserts of Utah as well. It was a lot of fun. So I'll say 73, Peter. I don't want to lose you without saying goodbye. So have a great one again. You're 5-5 on the peak here in Minnesota from your mobile today outside of San Antonio. K2PLM from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie.
Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Yes, I have just run under a very large power line. Hopefully you can get me better now. I'm on the road camping about 6 months every year. Just enjoying it out there. It's wonderful, and it's great to take this hobby along.
It is pretty wicked. 73, Peter, thanks so much for the contact and have a great one down there in the heart of Texas. K2PLM, take care. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, calling CQ20, 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 from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ20, CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters, calling CQ, CQ, CQ20. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters, from K0LWC, calling CQ20, CQ20, from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Calling CQ20, calling CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters, from Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters, from Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters, from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Band's kind of taking a little bit of a dive here. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, CQ, CQ20. Calling CQ20, CQ20, from Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ20, CQ, CQ, CQ 20 meters, from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ, CQ, CQ20. Calling CQ20, CQ20, from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, calling CQ, CQ, from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Are there any bands that you guys want me to try out there? I will be happy to. Maybe some of you are near me here in Minnesota. We could try 40 meters if you're in the Midwest and you're near your radio. 40 meter daytime, of course, is pretty regional, pretty short communication. We can give that a shot. Maybe I can go up the bands. We should take a look and see what the DX maps look like. If you don't use DX maps, I recommend it. It's a great tool just to give you a sense of what different bands are looking like, how the propagation is, all that kind of stuff. I'll just bring it up here and show you. This is what 17 meters looks like right now. Looks like a lot of European stuff, which is what it was like for me this morning. I had a lot of Europe coming in on 17 meters, so this holds true with what I've been experiencing today. So again, this is what 17 looks like. Let's take a look at 15 meters, given the high SFI today. 15 meters, pretty good to the south, and even some EU. Might want to try 15. 12 looks fairly dead, unless you're KK4XO, which I bet has a big old antenna for 12. 10 meters even open into New York here from Minneapolis, interesting. And then across the southern part of the country down into South America. Looks pretty good. All right, let's take a look at 40. Again, 40 meters, pretty regional, which is exactly what we see here. Pretty regional communication for the most part. Let's take a look over here at 30 meters. Just look at, see if it's FT8, okay. 20, how does 20 look? 20 looks pretty crazy good, you know, but it's not doing so hot. It could be stretching out. That could be what's happening. Typically, when I start having less and less stations in my receive, what's actually happening is it's actually the band is stretching out and it's becoming more DX oriented. So a lot of the single hop stations that I hear in the US are becoming less and less. That's sometimes what happens. I don't usually run noise reduction, Joseph. I can in certain instances. My only complaint about NR is it does adjust the tone of the signal. Now, of course, I can compensate for that, and I can adjust the tone of my receiver and the settings of the 7300. So under certain circumstances, like lightning crashes and such, I may turn it on, but I don't run it normally. I do run, usually, a noise blinker. I typically run that, but I don't normally run noise reduction all the time, just because I don't like the way it can sometimes affect the tone of certain stations. So that can be kind of a bummer. So let's see what else is going on out here. Let's check out 17 meters. First judgment, looking at the scope, looks pretty dead. FT8 is pretty light.
Go back and check them again, and the suckers are all unequalized again. Those resistors change value with that high voltage on.
All right, so we got some signals out here. Here's somebody else, but I got a local noise issue here.
TV sets quite often tonight crash.
Nobody up top at all. Oh, here's somebody. Want me to check? I'll check 10 here for you. Woo, look at that noise. I got quite a bit of noise going on here. There we go. My LED lighting in my shack messes with 10 meters a little bit. Let me go ahead and just tune up real quick. There we go. All right, 28074. Let's take a listen to FT8 and see if I can hear anything. No. Nope, 10 meter FT8 is dead, so it's not open, but you know what the real way to test 10 meters is, right? Go to 11 meters. That's the real check. Let's check the listen to 11 meters. Go right to channel 6. Nothing. If I don't hear anything on channel 6 on 11 meters, then you know the band is closed. So nothing there. All right, let's jump down to 24 meg here. 24915. I'm not hearing anything there either. So those are closed. Let's drop down here. Local noise. Yeah, it's not doing so good for me up here. For some people it's working, but I'm not seeing anything on my scope here. Nothing at all. Some local noise there. I said even 17 is not great. So again, I'm kind of being thrown off by the SFI today, because the SFI is 101. and a sunspot number of 80. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. The sun's pretty active right now. Let's see what else we can hear on 17 again. Let me retune. I mean, 17 meter FT8 is rolling right now. It's pretty strong. It's just no one's talking on phone. At least that's what it seems like. Let's try going right here. Let's do a little 17 meter here. CQ17 calling CQ. Calling CQ17, CQ17 calling CQ, CQ. CQ17 calling CQ, calling CQ17 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie calling CQ, CQ. CQ17 calling CQ, calling CQ17, CQ, CQ, CQ17, CQ, CQ, CQ17 meters from Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie calling CQ, CQ. CQ17 calling CQ17 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Calling CQ17, calling CQ. Calling CQ17, calling CQ, CQ. CQ17, CQ17 calling CQ. Calling CQ, CQ. CQ17, CQ17, CQ17 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Said 17's been rough for me today. Calling CQ17, calling CQ, CQ, CQ17, calling CQ, calling CQ17 meters, calling CQ, CQ, CQ17, CQ17, calling CQ, CQ, CQ17, CQ17 meters from Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, K0LWC, QRZ.
K0LWC, Whiskey Alpha 3, Lima X-Ray Delta.
Whiskey Alpha 3, Lima X-Ray Delta. Good afternoon, David. Thanks for coming back to the CQ call. I'll give you your report on the next go-around, but you're sounding great up here in the state of Minnesota. That fading. Oh boy, you took a little bit of a dip on me there, David. You came down with the QSB, so I'll wait for the next go-around, make it real quick, and hopefully you're on the come-up here on the next go-around. Just give me my report one more time. You got Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango up here in Minnesota, just outside of Minneapolis, but try it again, David.
QSL, Matt. Yeah, you're running between a 5.8 and a 5.9 here with some QSP, but it's pretty quick.
All right, thanks so much. You're 5 and 4, 54 there on the peak. Again, I'm about 20 miles northwest of Minneapolis, just running 100 watts from an ICOM 7300, running a Heil PR 781 microphone with an outboard preamplifier into a dipole up at about 70 feet on the high end, 30 feet on the low end, sloping northwest southeast. Over.
Roger that. Running an ICOM 7300 here, 90 watts into a dipole, actually a fan dipole, up about 30 feet. Let me throw the I got random length end set. Let me throw that on you, see if it makes any difference.
Absolutely, no problem. Go ahead and switch it on over. We'll see what it does.
Okay, Matt, is this any better or worse?
Give me a little bit more.
All right, Roger. This is an end-fed up about 65 feet, and I've got it running north-south, and the dipole is running east-west.
I would say it's about the same. You were holding 5.2, 5.3, and that's what that one's putting on me as well.
background. I'm running the SM50 desk mic, and we have a live bombing range here out here in the forest. And they're not doing live ordnance right now, but they're doing dogfight practices. So I've got them tuned in on the SDR.
Oh no, I can't hear that, but that sounds like something fun to watch and listen to.
Yeah, especially when they go streaking right over the lake here. Of course, you never can see them where the sound's coming from. But yeah, they'll drop live ordnance. They'll do ground-air support simulations or missions, strafing, air-to-air. Kind of amazing all the different things they do out here. Frequency.
Yeah, that's awesome. We never had anything like that with a live range near us. We had, when I lived in Colorado, plenty of air activity from the military because there were so many Air Force bases, Army bases, up and down the Front Range of Colorado. So we had a lot of that, but never any actual bombing areas near us. I think the ones that would be closest, I'm probably forgetting some that may exist in Colorado, but probably would be New Mexico. Would have been the closest for that. But I said, I like watching all that military stuff. I used to live in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and that, of course, is the home of the Air Force Academy, where they train all the future, I said, leaders in the Air Force. And one of the things that they're always doing is they're jumping out of planes. So more often than not, most mornings throughout many times of the year, you'll see a very slow little white plane floating up way up high, and then all of a sudden you see bodies tumbling out and parachutes coming down. So that was my fun viewing pleasure as I would drive to work every morning, David O.
Well, that sounds like fun. It's W83LXD Friday. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, here it's kind of interesting. It's a Navy bombing range. It's called Pine Castle. You can look it up on the internet. It's got some nice pictures of it or whatever. But a lot of times the Navy will put out a warning if they're going to use live ordnance. We're out here in the forest, so they basically, in normal military fashion and kind of perfunctory, they say, be aware of increased wildlife activity. That's as Bambi is running for her life.
Yeah, I said I would imagine that would probably spook the wildlife, huh? I mean, do you notice the effects of that when they're out there doing their stuff?
Once in a while, some of the ordinances will get away from them. We did have a jet go down here a couple of years ago, not too far from my QTH, unfortunately. The pilots ejected, they're okay. But it is interesting listening to them, especially when they're doing the air-to-ground support, where they're calling in the strike, and there's a sniper on top of a building, and that kind of stuff. And it's very detailed. It's kind of captivating to listen to.
Yeah, I was going to say, that does sound really fun. Like I said, I enjoyed watching that. And also, I had an ADS-B receiver. I don't know if you have one of those at your place where, you can track all the ADS-B signals off the planes in real time, from a little antenna that you stick up there at your house. That was always a lot of fun, too, to see the real-time information, because sometimes you go to these online sites, there's a little bit of a delay in some of that data. Some of the sites intentionally delay the data, or they don't carry military ADS-B traffic. So having one of those little ADS-B receivers is a lot of fun too.
Yeah, roger that. So did you do the firmware upgrade on your 7300?
I did the firmware upgrade, was it earlier this year, when they added the support for having a new preset menu for FT8 and stuff like that. I know there was another smaller firmware upgrade that came after that. That one I did not do. I don't know what that one entailed, but my understanding is it didn't really make any major changes. I think they were trying to clean up something from the first update, but I did do the first major update. I didn't do the second smaller one that came out a few months ago.
Yeah, roger that. Hopefully you're still copying me. I'll keep the over short. Yeah, I did the last little one also because, why not? They made it pretty easy. But I really like the one they did before that. I really like having the multi-knob tuning in 1 kilohertz, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the waterfall settings that stay put.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, I said I mean, I like the update. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about having something like this. So you can update, you know, after you buy it, so they can keep working on it, improving things, making things better, which is really awesome. But I've been thoroughly happy with my 7300. I said it a million times, and I'm doing a live stream today, David, here on YouTube. So our conversation is streaming live on my YouTube channel, which is on my QRZ profile. I tell people all the time, though, I was like, you cannot spend $1,000 better on HF than on ICOM 7300. The value for the money is just astounding.
Well, I couldn't agree with you more. I've been out of the hobby for 38 years. 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, I went to field day at the club, saw the old timers there. Most of them had 7300s, and I said, good enough for me. And I lucked out. It was on sale with a rebate, and the company threw in a power supply, and all that came in just a little north of 900.
That's what I'm saying. Like, again, $900 for this radio. I mean, the performance difference between this and a radio that costs 5 times as much is there, but it's a very small improvement. And again, the improvement, it's kind of like the adage of how many watts of power you need to run. You know, the most important watts are probably your first 500 watts. After that, the gain and performance is minimal. It's kind of the same thing with the price in the 7300 compared to other ones. So yeah, I recommend it so much, and I know a lot of people now are buying the DX10 from Yaesu, which is a great radio, but again, you're going to pay $1,600, $1,700, $1,800. You're almost paying what you could pay, like double than the 7300. It's a good radio, the DX10, but again, the value for the money, the best bang for your buck, no doubt.
Yeah, roger that. Are you still talking?
A little fade. I still got you. You're probably about a 3-0, 3-1, but yeah, the QSB today is pretty nasty. All right, 73, David, thanks for the contact down there to Florida. Enjoy your nice time of year that's coming up. I know you guys got to get through hurricane season here, but after that, then it's all roses for you guys down there in Florida. So 73, thanks for the great contact down that way, and have a great rest of your week. WA3LXD from Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie. Bye-bye. QRZ. QRZ, all stations from Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie. I don't know, 17 is pretty rough, guys. CQ17 calling CQ, CQ17, CQ17 calling CQ, calling CQ17 meters from Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. I think you got to drop it down again and try 20 meters. I am in the suburbs of Minneapolis, Michael. Let me go ahead and change our band here. Tune back up for 20. Shouldn't be that much different. It's not. 20 meters looks pretty quiet too, guys. We're going to give it a shot. Yeah, 20 meters is pretty dead. I'll make a couple quick contacts here. Right, let's try right here. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? K0LWC. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? K0LWC. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. CQ, CQ 20 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 meters from Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ, 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 CQ 20 from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. I am not surprised, Don. I have been staying up late recently. I was on 40 meters last night. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, calling CQ20. CQ20, CQ20 meters from Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ, calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, CQ. CQ 20 meters, calling CQ, CQ, CQ 20, CQ 20, CQ 20 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, K0LWC. The Kilo Mike 4?
Yeah, I've got a very strong signal here in Georgia. Just responding to your CQ, what's the QTH?
The QTH here is the northwestern suburbs of Minneapolis, Minnesota. And can I get your call one more time?
Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Tango Victor. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Tango Victor.
All right, very good. Thanks for repeating that, John. I appreciate it. So again, we're just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota. You're sounding good up here as well. Band conditions are not the best, and QSB is a little nasty. But I'll give you a accurate signal report here on our next go-around, John. You got Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango. Again, we're just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota, running 100 watts into a dipole that is sloping northwest-southeast, and it goes from 70 feet on the northwest side to 30 feet on the southeast end. Over.
You got a great signal. For some reason, I mean, Minneapolis is not that far from me. Kind of central U.S., kind of like north, west.
Yeah, I said the QSB is getting you, but I said you came down there. You're hanging around 5455 for a signal report here on this end, but that's been the conditions all day. It's just been up and down all over the place. What's my signal report there in Georgia for the logbook? Yeah, what signal am I giving you down there in Georgia this afternoon? All right, QSB is bad. All right, copy the 5 and 7, John, the 5 and 7. Thank you again. Officially, here in the logbook, I'm going to put you down as a, what did I give you? Now I already lost it. A 5 and 4, 54, 5 and 4. Into Minnesota. So again, we'll hold it. The QSB is just awful today. So thanks so much, John. 73. I appreciate the contact, and we'll catch you down the logbook. Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Tango Victor, from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. '73, John, take care. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, calling CQ20, 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 calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie for the Lunchtime live stream on the K0LWC YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube here from the shack. You can hear how you sound by just going to my QRZ page and you will find the link. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie calling CQ20, 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 calling CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20 for the live stream this afternoon on the K0LWC YouTube channel. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
K0LWC. K0LWC, WA3 GP, Whiskey Alpha 3 Golf Papa Echo.
Yeah, the GP.
Well, I was just listening to you on Livestream. Hold on, I got to turn that down. Okay, I think I got that straightened out. Yeah, K0LWC. Whiskey Alpha 3, Golf Papa Echo. The name is Glenn. Golf Lima Echo November. Located in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Go ahead.
All right, Glenn, very good. Yeah, you were a huge signal booming in here. You're 5'9" plus here into the land of 10,000 lakes, just northwest of Minneapolis, Minnesota. You got Matt, Mike Alpha Tango, and thanks for tuning into the live stream there. I mean, you're going to hear a beautiful signal here on my end on the live stream because you are just sounding absolutely gorgeous. But taking a look there at the equipment, looks like you got a lot of cool photos there on your QRZ profile. Looks like even looks like a Collins as well sitting on your shack as a TS2000. Boy, you got all kinds of good toys. Curious to my slipping report that I'm giving to you down there in Georgia today. I've had a few Georgia stations, so hopefully it's pretty good. And yeah, tell us more about the shack there. Back over to you, Glenn. This is K0LWC.
Yeah, I can hear the audio on the YouTube on the live stream. Yeah, it does sound pretty good there, Matt. That's kind of nice. Very good. Well, you're running 5 at 9 here into Pennsylvania, Altoona, Pennsylvania. I'm about 100 miles east of Pittsburgh. Yeah, I just happened to hear you calling in there, and then I saw the live stream deal, and I clicked that on the computer here, and oh yeah, very good. Oh, I'm seeing some pictures of my station. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a Collins 30S1 amplifier on the pedestal, and Collins 32V3 transmitter with a slide rule dial, circa 1955-56. The station here running right now is a Yaesu FT1000MP Mark V. That's in the middle of the desk there. The first picture is the middle transceiver, the Mark V, but I am driving an amplifier, a Heathkit SB221. About a kilowatt into a Mosley TA33 3-element beam. Yeah, that's last pictures of old Heathkit, a vintage Heathkit station, the Mohawk receiver and the Apache transmitter, circa 1960s. So a lot of old stuff there, Matt. Back up to you there. Let me see here. Let's 1, 2. Yeah, there's a little bit of latency there. I can't really listen to myself and talk because I hear a little bit of latency in the audio, but I can hear it fine. K0LWC WA3GPE.
Oh, I know. I said I should probably take it off ultra low latency. That way I said it's a little bit more delayed so people can kind of actually hear themselves as they go back and forth. But yeah, lots of excellent stuff there. And I said big signal. You're probably 5 at 10 over S9 here, and beautiful audio as well. Curious, since I'm putting a good signal on you, I've been kind of checking with everybody today. How is the audio here from the 7300? Again, I am running the IC 7300 with the Heil PR781 microphone. I do have an outboard preamplifier that I've been kind of matching up and tuning to work well with the 7300. I think I got it dialed in. Everyone's been telling me it's been pretty solid on the audio side. And of course, audio can be subjective. But to Glenn, your ear with this signal down that I'm putting on you in Pennsylvania today, how does it sound to your ears?
Yeah, Matt, great, absolutely great. I've heard a lot of many 7300s on, and yours sounds great. The audio's dialed in real nice. I have a 781, by the way, a PR781. I'm using on I have a new Kenwood TS890. Not on it now, of course, but the 781 is a nice microphone. But yeah, the audio is really nice. Good response. Over the range, lows, mids, highs, perfectly readable, clear, and excellent. Great audio. So good match, by the way. And the hand mic that comes with the 7300. A lot of latency there. Yeah, the hand mic that comes with a 7300 is works very well. Yeah, there you go. That's it. And they sound good too. But I think, well, of course, the 781's a better microphone. I'm using on this Yaesu, I'm using the MD200. The MD200 microphone. It was a rather pricey microphone, but I got it for a real good deal when I bought this this Yaesu. But I've been using the 781 on a Kenwood TS890, which is a fairly new radio. But I don't have an amplifier hooked up to it right now. So, but I am running, like I said, about a kilowatt here. So, what antenna are you running there, Chris? Or I'm sorry, Matt. K0LWC WA3GPE.
WA3GPE from K0LWC. Well, nothing special. We're just running the 100 watts here into a ZS6 BKW dipole, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's a modified version of a G5RV. They shortened up the elements up top and then lengthened out the ladder line on the bottom. What that leads to is you can run this antenna on 5 bands with no tuner, which is really great. And it's got a little bit more oomph behind it with the redesign in terms of how they trimmed it up. Works well. It's in a sloping configuration, sloping kind of in your direction. You're probably 20 or 30 degrees off the end of the wire. It slopes northwest, southeast, and the high end and the northwest end is 70 feet, and the low end on the southeast side across the backyard is at 30 feet. So it goes 70 to 30. So it's at that one center cap up to the high end. It gets up there pretty high. Which of course is great for some of those bands like 40 and 75 and 80 and that sort of thing. But I've been happy with it. Next antenna, once I get this one, should be well in situated now. The next antenna will be a hex beam that I want to put up next spring, and then of course maybe run a AL811 with some 572Bs in it. That'll be kind of what the shack might look like by next summer, but want to get that antenna sorted first and then put a little power on top of that, and then I should be fairly happy, I think, with the station overall, just given the space that I have here on my property and what I can get away with. But I said I've been happy with this little ZS6 BKW. I'm working the world on it, you know, DX100 within, you know, 6-7 months, whatever. So it's been great. And yeah, I agree. This Heil HM219 microphone that comes in the 7300, it literally is the best mic you can run. Again, the only downside is you got a microphone in your hand. So if you want to have 2 hands free, you got to go to something else, a headset, a boom mic, and that's why I went with this. I mean, getting this to work and sound nice, it's trial and error. It takes some work, whereas this takes no work. It's engineered really well. But yeah, once I got it dialed in, it was great, but now I have 2 hands free so I can operate the computer. Otherwise, the hand mic with that little electric condenser mic in there, it sounds fantastic on the 7300. I mean, when I was running the microphone, people would always ask me, what are you running there for an external microphone? I go, the little hand mic. Back over to you, Glenn.
Yeah, that's the same comment I hear from everybody, and you know, people that I've talked to that use the 7300 with that hand microphone. So they've done a really good job. I've gotten hand mics with the Yaesu rigs and hand mics with the Kenwood radios, and I wasn't really overly impressed with any of the you know, frequency response or sound out of those hand microphones. So I ditched those things and packed them away, and I don't know where they're at now, but using basically you know, the good dynamic microphones here. But yeah, boy, you sound really good. I'd tell you, it's great. It's great sound there, Matt. No doubt about it. I wouldn't change a thing. It just sounds. I wish I had a recorder on this rig. I have it on my other Kenwood rig, and I have an older Flex radio here, by the way, that I use, a Flex 5000. It's you know, all running through a computer and everything like that. And there's a lot more you can do with that, with the software, with a Flex. But I kind of like the buttons and knobs. You know, they're fine. And yeah, well, yeah, you get, like I said, you're a good S9 in here. I've got the beam pretty much right on you. And you're a good S9 in here. So, geez, if you got to put up a hex beam and run in an amplifier, you're going to, you know, put out one heck of a signal. But the wire antenna's doing a great job for you. I've got dipoles for the lower bands, and I used to have one for 20 here, and finally got the tower and the beam up a few years ago, and made a big difference, of course, on some of the long-haul DX stations I've been able to work. So I think you'll find out that you'll get some very good results. with a hex beam. I've worked a number of people running it there, so that should work out well for you there, Matt. At any rate, yeah. How do you get that live stream going on there? That's kind of nice there. I like the setup there. I just wonder how you got that all going. K0LWC WA3GPE.
WA3GPE from K0LWC. Sure, I'll explain it. I'm using a program called Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs OBS is the software that actually runs the stream. I'm actually using my iPhone Pro here as my webcam that you're seeing me on. And then, of course, I have a program for the ICOM 7300 called Win for ICOM. And that is just a software interface that interfaces the radio to the computer. And that's what you're seeing on the bottom of my screen down below, where you see the frequency and the signal strength and the power. So that's coming off of a piece of software that is working, of course, with the ICOM 7300. I'm just taking a screen capture of just one little part of that software and then showing it on the stream so you can see it, what frequency I'm on, and what the signal strength is of the received signal. Then, of course, I got the chat over there on the side window where people are chatting on YouTube Live, and then my logo there in the lower right corner. So, yeah, I just put it all together and using a pretty old computer to do it all. It's an old refurbished business computer from probably 10 years ago, but it has some upgraded memory, and I put a solid-state drive into it, and it works really nicely. And I will say, if I was ever going to put the ICOM 7300 on backup status, I would probably buy a flex radio as my next radio, or at least some kind of SDR. I know a lot of people are now saying the Sun SDRs are really great, so it could be a Sun SDR, could be a flex, but I said I love my ICOMs for HF, and in particularly the 7300. It's just been a fantastic radio for me, so it's hard to put it aside when it's been so fantastic. But that's kind of how the live stream works, and yeah, it's cool to be able to flip back and forth, and I can show my browser and show pictures while we're talking. I said it just makes for a really fun and kind of interactive live stream here on YouTube.
Yeah, that you say that software is that you got. Let's see here, Streamlabs software. Is that something that you have to buy? Are you paying for the service there, Matt?
Nope. Everything you see up there is completely free. Doesn't cost anything. I just put it up in the chat for you as well. Streamlabs is free. The integration with the live chat, that part's free. And of course, the webcam app I'm using on my phone is free for my iPhone here. The only thing that I had to pay for, and it's a one-time fee, was for the Win for ICOM, the software for the 7300. That's a third-party software. It's not ICOM software. I did pay, I think, $60 one-time license fee for that Win for ICOM stuff. Otherwise, everything else, including Streamlabs OBS, is completely free.
Oh, okay, that's great. I'll have to check that out. I kind of like to get that Kenwood 890. It's got all kind of ins and outs and things of that nature. You can hook up, of course, to the computer. It's got USB ports and all kind of stuff on it. I have to get into the manual and see that, but I kind of like the live stream or that live stream. It's really kind of nice the way that works, and it's nice that you can click around and put some different things on there too, like what you have, like what you're showing there. So works very good. Yeah, I've got, this is an old computer I'm seeing you on right now. Yeah, there's some of the pictures again. It's kind of neat. Yeah, this is an older computer. I was looking at a newer Dell. I was at Best Buy the other day, and looks like the price of those things went up again. The Dell computer, I think it had the i5 processor, lots of RAM and stuff in it, boy, they're cheap looking. I have some older Dell Optiplex computers here, and they're really built like a tank, but these newer desktop computers are really cheap looking. I have a fairly new HP desktop that I use for the Flex. And, I have the Flex 5000A, and one of the things is, if you want to look up K9NS software, he basically took the original software from Flex and kind of redid it and made a lot of additions and a lot of updates on that software, and it's absolutely great what he has on there. I don't think there's any software around that any other company is using that has the kind of capabilities that he has there. So yeah, if you look him up there, and he has a real nice website up there, as you can see, and he gives you all the information of what is available on that software. So you see all the screenshots? Yeah, look at them. There's just a tremendous amount of things on there. I haven't even got to really a lot of what he has on there, but as you can see from the screen what he has there, and but now I will say one thing about the SDRs is that I've heard people talking is they really like the Sun SDR, guys that use the Flex and the Apache Labs, but the guys really like these Sun SDRs. So if I was to get a new one, I would probably tend to go that direction. But I'm not because like I said, the Flex 5000 with the KE9NS software, I don't see where you could go where you could do much more with it than what he has there. Equalization, I'm not sure what the 7300 has for EQ on it, but he has like a 5-band, 10-band, 18-band graphic EQ, parametric EQ. Your bandwidth can go anywhere from 0 to however wide you want to go, and it's not incremental. It's all in steps, So it's just there's just so much you can do with that software with the EQ and the bandwidth and everything, and then you can use your microphone and all that. But I think it's up to the individual what they're looking for and what they want. But from what I've heard, the guys that have those Sun SDRs seem to like those the best. So I was kind of leaning towards the Apache Labs. I think that Model 7000 was a popular one. They sound good. But guys that have those have the Sun SDRs, and they kind of like those radios and the software. So you got a lot to choose from there, Matt. K0LWC WA3 GPE.
Yeah, absolutely. There's lots of great options out there, and I said people love their Flex radios. I've heard lots of great things, and I've just heard more and more of these Sun SDR radios coming on the air, and the people that have had them said they had the Flex and they love their SDR from Sun over the Flex. So now they're kind of conflicting me a little bit, Glenn. They're making it more difficult on me to choose what it's going to be in the future, but it'll happen at some point. Again, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I love the ICOM 7300 so much. It's hard for me to change it because it just works. It works great, and it's everything I need it to be. I mean, I would like to have a little bit more of a robust screen presence with a better waterfall and scope on it, but it's not an absolutely must-have thing. So, when I need to get it, or when I have that kind of money burning a hole in my pocket, then we'll make it happen. But the 7300 for me is more than enough for what I'm doing. And it's just a great radio for the money. The last guy I talked to a couple contacts ago, it's $900. You can't spend $900 a better way than the 7300. So, all right, Glenn, I'm going to see who else might be out there for the live stream before we wrap up today. So I'll say 73. Again, just gorgeous signal. 10 over S9 the entire time, just beautiful. And sounding great here in the land of 10,000 lakes, Glenn. I mean, just absolutely amazing. So happy to get you in the logbook for the first time. Thanks for tuning into the live stream. And I hope to run into you again here on the bands or in the live chat. If you see me live streaming again, come in and say hello. So thanks so much, Glenn. Have a great rest of your Tuesday out there. It's absolutely gorgeous here in Minnesota. I'm going to have to go outside and mow my grass here this afternoon. So I'll be looking forward to that for a change because the weather is just beautiful out here. So over to you, Glenn, to put a bow on it. Whiskey Alpha 3, Golf Papa Echo from Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey Charlie.
Yeah, okay there, Matt. Real good. Well, you got, like I said, you have a great sounding station there. I don't know if you could do any better audio-wise, to tell you the truth. I wish I had my Flex on because I have a pretty good outboard power or speaker system on the Flex with a subwoofer and all that, and I'm sure I'm just listening to you on the, I do have the outboard speaker here, the SP8 on the Yaesu, but the audio with the, is far better with the flex and the outboard speaker system there. So that I could even record you there too if I had that thing on, but maybe the next time. So you might not get any better than what you have there now. I don't know. I've heard the 7300s, and I've heard all the SDRs on, and they all sound good, and they're all comparable. So you might get more with a different software using different software, of course. But audio quality wise, you sound really, really good. So well, good talking to you. I'm glad I listened in there to you, and thanks for having that live stream up there. That's kind of neat. I like that. I'll have to check into that myself here. And nice day here too, by the way, in Central PA. We're at 75 degrees and a little bit overcast. Some storms coming in here. I was listening on the 40-meter band, a lot of static there, so it was kind of noisy. So I came to here on 20 meters, and I was down on 15. I heard a station in Costa Rica on 21.3 booming in up here. So I don't know when the last time I worked Costa Rica, but he was the only station I heard on 15. He was loud. Okay, Matt, again, hey, nice talking to you. Again, great sounding radio, and thanks for the live stream there, and you have a good day up there. K0LWC, WA3GPE.
All right, 73 Glenn, thanks so much for the great contact there in the PA, and have a great rest of your Tuesday. I really enjoyed the chat, breaking there at WA3GPE. And I want to address a question there from the chat. There's a question about why are the first few hundred watts the most important watts? Well, again, every time you double your power, it's a 3 decibel increase. So if I'm running 100 watts and I go to 200 watts, that's a 3 dB increase. So as you go up in power, to get that same 3 dB increase, you have to double it. So again, when you start hitting 600 or 700 watts, going from, say, 700 watts to the full legal limit, that's only a 3 dB increase. So as you go up in power, you have to start making bigger and bigger and bigger jumps, which of course you can't jump over the legal limit anyways. But again, once you hit around maybe 600 watts, 700 watts, anything beyond that is going to have a fairly minimal impact. There will be some, there's still an increase there, but again, it's only 3 dB. So you have to double to get 3 decibels of an increase. So again, you start hitting 6, maybe 7. Beyond that, the value of the power to the signal increase or the loudness increase becomes way slanted, and it doesn't make as much sense to spend that extra money. So again, if you can run 600, 700 watts, you're in pretty good shape. But again, that's why they're the most important watts. So I just wanted to address that question that was in the YouTube chat. With that, this is K0LWC QRZ. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. Calling CQ, CQ. CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. From Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, K0LWC. Calling CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters. From Kilowatt 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Calling CQ, calling CQ, calling CQ20. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20. Calling CQ, CQ, CQ20, CQ20 meters. From Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. For the Lunchtime YouTube live stream on the K0LWC YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube here in the K0LWC Ham Shack. Thanks for tuning in today. This is K0LWC QRZ. Oh boy, you dropped off there. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20. And by the way, if you don't have the ability to be on the radio right now, or you don't have your license, if you go to Utah SDR, let me find you the web address for that here. It is Utah SDR, I believe it's .org. let me see. The Utah SDR is a great SDR you can listen to. Yeah, it's SDR Utah, other way around. SDRutah.org. And you can actually listen into the frequency that I'm using right now on your phone or on your desktop. This is K0LWC calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, calling CQ20, 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 calling CQ, 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 calling CQ20, CQ20 for the K0LWC YouTube live stream this afternoon. This is Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie QRZ.
Kilo India 4 Hotel Alpha Juliet.
Kilo India 4 Hotel Alpha Juliet. Good afternoon, Coy.
Good afternoon. Just calling, talking to Whiskey Oscar Lima Whiskey Charlie. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well. Over.
Yeah, I said you're about 5 and 5, 55 here. The name is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango, and I'm located about 20 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. Again, you're 5 and 5. How am I doing out your way on the East Coast today?
Doing about 5 and 9 here. Really doing well. I'm having a little difficulty. Just put a new antenna. I don't know if I got it adjusted correctly, but you're 5 and 9 into Wilson, North Carolina. Over.
Thank you so much for the 5 and 9 out there in Carolina. Yeah, I said the QSB is a little bit up and down today, but you're 5.5, 5.6, but no problem. Q5 copy, even with the QSB going up and down. I'm just running 100 watts here into a sloper dipole that slopes to 70 down to 30 feet, northwest-southeast orientation here in Minnesota, and running the ICOM 7300 with 100 watts of power, again using a Heil PR 781.
Dipole. I got it up about 30 feet, no, about 25 feet. Needs to be a little higher, but
came up a little bit there.
I'm
5 and 7.
A Linco transceiver, but just enjoying this weather. Over.
Yeah, I said you came up to a 5 and 7 that last time, so no, you're doing a good job. The band's just all over the place today. How's the weather out there on the East Coast? Beautiful weather here in Minnesota. Gorgeous day, light wind, temperatures well into the 70s, and plentiful sunshine here. How about out your way?
Weather is really good in a package way. We've got low humidity, sunshine, probably around 84 degrees. Real beautiful day. Good to see some relief from the humidity. It's kind of been tough lately, but glad to see it calm down.
Did you guys get any moisture from Hurricane Ida when it moved up the eastern coast, Coy?
Matt, we did get some. We got some rain is the main thing we got. Some wind, but it was probably about 20 knots or something like that. But we got right much rain. A lot of times we get that, when it comes up that way, northeast. But we were real fortunate. Like that. We were very fortunate. We have seen a couple of years ago where we really got dumped on with one of the stayed into Wilmington. When one gets into Wilmington, we take it kind of good because we can look out because we usually get a worse end up.
Well, I'm glad you guys didn't get too much of the bad stuff like happened further to your north there, up the eastern seaboard around New York and Connecticut, etc. So I know there was a lot of flooding, and if you could send some rain to Minnesota, that'd be great. We could use some. We had a very dry, severe drought kind of winter. Hasn't been a very fun winter in terms of the hot temperatures, but the good news is it's kept mosquitoes down at a lower level. Mosquitoes are the state bird here in Minnesota. They'll pick you up and carry you away. So when you have a drought, you don't have to worry as much about mosquitoes. They won't go away completely. I don't think that will ever happen in this state with the amount of water we have, but mosquitoes are definitely a concern, but when you have a drought, not as much, Coy.
Yeah, this is kind of tough here, but this is very calm and helped me a little bit. I was in disturbance down in Fort Stewart there. Mosquitoes around there at Fort Stewart was really hard. Over.
Yeah, I said mosquitoes here are just atrocious. I was outside making some adjustments to my wire antenna recently, and our backyard backs up to a protected wetland that has nothing but dense tree cover, and it's kind of a boggy marsh, some ponds back there. And I went back there to work on my antenna, and I came out with a face full of mosquito bites. I probably had 10 or 15 mosquito bites in a matter of 3 minutes, just trying to stand back there and adjust the rope of my antenna. Needless to say, I didn't go back out there again after that, Coy. So I'll say 73. Thanks so much for being in here, making a contact on the YouTube live stream this afternoon. Again, we are live streaming on YouTube right now here from the shack, so you'll be on the video. Thanks so much, Coy. Have a great rest of your day in North Carolina, and we'll see you again, hopefully down the logbook. Kilo India 4, Hotel Alpha Juliet, from Kilo Zero, land... I need to figure out a better way to say that. Kilo Zero, Lima Whiskey Charlie, in the land of 10,000 lakes. Over to you, Coy, 73.
Okay, thanks, man, for showing us this opportunity. This is Kilo India 4, Hotel Alpha Juliet, and I'm clear. Thank you for the conversation.
73, Coy, thanks so much. This is Kilo Zero, Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Whiskey 7 Alpha Sierra Charlie.
Whiskey 7 Alpha Sierra Charlie, you won that one. A crush of people in there. We'll try to keep it really short, but W7 ASC,
Yeah, Roger. My name is Jim, Julia India Mike. This is a club call. Whiskey 7 Arizona Science Center.
All right, copy the Whiskey 7 Arizona Science Center. Very cool. You're 5 and 4, 54 on the peaks. I'm QS Bravo. What's my report into Arizona today?
Roger. I'm just going to say you're 5'9" because this meter is very stingy. We're running a DX3000, and it's just a very stingy meter, but you sound 5'9".
All right, thanks so much for the grade 5 and 9 report. I appreciate it. Again, we're going to keep her short given the amount of people that were there. So thanks so much for the cool contact to the ASC. They're very neat. I was taking a look at the picture on your QSL card. Looks like an awesome station for sure. So thanks so much, 73, and hope to hear you again on the band sometime. On W7ASC from K0LWC, live on YouTube.
Roger. And again, you send us a QSL card and we'll extend you on back.
I will definitely do that to get that card. Thanks so much and have a great day down there in the desert. This is K0LWC QRZ. Ending in Papa. Kilo Charlie 2, Hotel Golf Papa. You're 5 and 4, 54. Larry into Minnesota.
QSL, you are 557 into Southeast New York, November Yankee.
Copy the 5 and 7 in New York. Thanks so much for the quick contact, Larry. And again, we are live streaming on YouTube, so you can take a listen to hear how you sound. Thanks so much, Larry, for the quick contact. Have a great day there out east. KC2HGP from K0LWC. Over to you, Larry.
Thanks a lot, guys. Definitely will check it out. Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie from Kilo Charlie 2, Hotel Golf Papa 73.
73 QRZ. Whiskey Bravo 1 Japan. Good signal. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, even a better signal when I took it off of Europe. Thanks for coming back. My name is Rich, R-I-C-H, and today we're in central Connecticut. I am operating remote from the gym in central Connecticut and talking to you on an iPhone. Over.
All right, well, it sounds fantastic. Wouldn't otherwise know you were remote. Everything sounds great. And you're 5'9" plus here into the suburbs of Minneapolis, Minnesota today in the land of 10,000 lakes. Name here is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango. Just running 100 watts into a dipole here, so nothing special. And running an ICOM 7300 with a Heil PR 781.
Okay, Matt. Well, let me tell you, you're putting out quite a signal for that kind of power. You sound terrific. Apologies, I don't have an S-meter on the iPhone. We do on the iPad when we use it, but I notice on the iPhone that's been omitted. But nice to work you this afternoon, Matt, and I know you've got a pile up there, so we'll let you get at it. Band is not great towards Europe. I was surprised. It's been great for a week or two now, and not today. Back to you, WB1J.
WB1J from K0LWC. Absolutely, yeah. I've had QSB today. I don't know if that's something you've been hearing, but we've certainly had some QS Baker issues, but they seem to be getting a little bit better here this afternoon. So thanks so much for the quick contact today. Remote in Connecticut again. It sounds fantastic. Good job setting that up. And we'll catch you again down the log. Thanks for participating here in the YouTube live stream this afternoon. Whiskey Bravo 1 Juliet from K0LWC. Bye-bye.
Have fun with that, 73.
This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie
November 1
QRZ.
Tango Oscar Papa.
November 1 Tango Oscar Papa. Good afternoon,
Good
Malcolm.
afternoon, Matt. I've been listening for the last few minutes, and you have a beautiful signal here into New Hampshire. It's just Q5 copy, solid, and very, very clean audio. Over.
Oh, thank you so much. And I see you're running the same radio as me, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct. The 7300, and I'm running 100 watts into a dipole at about 45 feet. Over.
Oh, it's doing a fantastic job for you. You're 5 and 7, 57 here into the land of 10,000 lakes, about 20 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis. And just for the logbook, so I can get it down, what's my official report today there, Malcolm, into New Hampshire?
You're a solid 5'9", peaking over 5'9", consistently. Over.
Oh, awesome. Great to hear it. And cheers to you there, Tom. Thanks for joining in to the live chat there. Yeah, that's excellent. You're probably, I don't know if people that are watching are excited to hear New Hampshire, Malcolm, because I have a feeling that New Hampshire is one of those states that when you guys are on, you're pretty popular, because you guys are just in one of those small states that are oftentimes, that one final state that somebody needs. Is that what you typically find when you're operating, Malcolm?
We are a small state, but we have a lot of amateur radio operators in this state, and of course New England, as you probably know, is very well populated with operators, ham radio operators. So I think it's the state that a lot of people want to get into their if they're working all the states, and so I get some of that activity. But we have a lot of hams here. Over.
Oh, well, that's excellent. I mean, I always tell my friends, I live here in Minnesota, but if I really wanted to get a pileup going, I should go and operate portable in North Dakota. Boy, I said, if I lived in North Dakota full time, it's just like every time you turn the radio on, it's a pileup. I wondered if it was the same for you there in New Hampshire, but again, a lot less people in North Dakota than New Hampshire, obviously. Well, thanks so much, Malcolm. You sound great here in Minnesota. Hopefully you get a chance to listen into yourself. I know it's not as much of a delay on the YouTube today for the live stream. It's pretty low latency, but hopefully you get a chance to listen to yourself there on the YouTube live stream, because you sound fantastic. So over to you to put a bow on it, Malcolm. Thanks for the contact. Glad to get you down in the logbook, I believe. Let me just cross-reference this and make sure. I think this is our first contact, so I'm glad to get you down for the first time. November 1, Tango Oscar Papa from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie.
Oh, fine business, Matt, and I'm sure we'll make a lot of contacts here with that beautiful signal you're putting out today. So I would imagine we will get quite a few returns from the East Coast. K0LWC from M1TOP, 73, Matt.
73, Malcolm. Thanks again. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie QRZ.
Florida 5, Victor Delta X-ray portable.
The Victor Delta X-ray portable.
Foxtrot 5, Victor Delta X-ray portable. I'm in South Texas. My name is Gary. Alpha Romeo Yankee. Running a 12-foot vertical off of a 100-watt 7100 Icon here, 50
Oh, very good. You're 5 and 4, 54 here in Minnesota today. So thanks so much for coming in and saying hello. You're not operating a POTA station, are you? Or are you just operating portable for fun?
The old band is holding up fair to
Yeah, we're not hearing a lot of DX either, and that's what the last station was just telling me. He was over there closer to the East Coast, and he was telling me that there's not a lot of DX coming out, and he had a directional antenna pointed toward Europe, and yeah, there's just not a ton coming out of the EU right now. So you're not alone. It's not just you. And I'm curious what the antenna is that you're running there portable.
It is a 4-foot mast on a 3 mag-mount antenna sitting on top of my truck. A 4-foot mast on it, and then put an 8-foot CB whip on top of that. So I've got 12 foot of wire in the air. I got a radial that runs off the top of my truck. I'm about 25 feet from the Bay of Corpus Christi, so I'm using the saltwater amp.
Oh, QSL, you're lucky you got that salt water down there. You guys always make me jealous. There's no better way to do it than put a little salt water into play. What's my official signal report down there into South Texas today for the logbook, Joe?
Right there, you were a 59, solid 59. At the worst, you were a 53 earlier, but 100% copy all the way.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm going to revise you up to a 5 and 5, 55 here in Minnesota. There on that last go around, you've been tipping 5-5 a few times, so that's what we're going to go with. All right, I'll say 73 given the pileup, but thanks so much for the contact, Gary. You sound great there on the portable station. It sounds like you have it working well for you. I know you're going to make some more contacts with that setup. So 73, and thanks for the great contact to South Texas. Kilo Fox 5, Victor Delta X-Ray from Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey Charlie. 73, Gary. QRZ. November Delta 0, ND 0.
November Delta 0, Mike, Mark in South Central North Carolina.
All right, ND 0, MM, I got you there. Thanks for coming in. Good afternoon. All right, I'll take the 5-5 officially. I'll put it down as 5-5. You're about a 5 and 3, 53 here, but the QSB is pretty nasty, but no problem. Again, just running the 100 watts out of the dipole, sloper 70 feet to 30 feet, and the ICOM 7300 with the Heil PR 781. And again, we're about 20 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah, I'll be up, I'll be operating portable out of North Dakota here starting, well, it won't be tomorrow. I get there tomorrow, so it'll be probably Thursday or Friday.
Oh boy, you're going to have a pileup going. I said when I do some of my first POTA activations, I think I'm going to choose North Dakota or South Dakota because you're guaranteed a massive pileup if you're doing POTA from up there. Anytime you operate in the Dakotas, I think you're the hottest person on the air. Over. Oh, absolutely. We'll have fun with that. It's going to be a great time, and better do it now instead of December because things turn quick up there in North Dakota. My YL is from North Dakota, so we go up there quite often, and I'm going to start hauling my radio and my portable batteries with me. So 73, thanks for the contact. Great to hear you. Sound good here in Minnesota, all things considered with the QS Bravo, and hope to catch you again down the log. November Delta 0, Mike from Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. Bye-bye. QRZ. QRZ, all stations again. I did hear a couple of them. Try it again. I think you're going to be a little bit too light. Try it again a little bit on later. Conditions may improve a little bit. This is Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie, calling CQ20, CQ20. Calling CQ20. Calling CQ20, CQ20 meters from Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. Calling CQ20, CQ20 meters for the Lunchtime YouTube live stream on the K0LWC YouTube channel. This is K0LWC QRZ. Calling CQ20. Calling CQ20. CQ20. This is Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie, calling CQ. Calling CQ20. CQ20 meters from Kilowatt 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie, calling CQ20. CQ20. from Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ, calling CQ20, CQ20. This is Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie, calling CQ, calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters from Kilowatt Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. You guys in the chat, let me know if you can hear it when I run voice. I don't think you can. Let me run it. Let me know if you can hear this.
CQ20 calling CQ.
It's playing now. Can you hear this?
CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters from Kilo Zero.
You might be able to actually,
Lima Whiskey Charlie.
because my mixer is bouncing, so you might be able to hear the CQ call.
CQ, CQ, CQ from Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ20. CQ20, CQ20 meters, CQ20 meters from Kilo Zero.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys can hear it.
Charlie in the land of 10,000 lakes, QRZ.
Kilowatt Zero, Lima Whiskey Charlie from Whiskey 4 Norway, America, W4NA, over.
Whiskey 4 North America. Good afternoon, Nate. Good signal here into the northwestern suburbs of Minneapolis.
Yeah, what's the name again?
Yeah, the name here is Matt, Mike Alpha, Tango, Tango.
Very good, Matt. Yeah, a lot of deep QSP that last over. You're about a 3x3 now, Matt. 3x3 here in West Virginia. And the name is Nate. I'm running 1 kilowatt, 1 kilowatt and a hex beam, over.
Well, your 1 kilowatt and a hex beam is doing fantastic. Did copy the 3 and 3, 33. You are 5 and 7, 57, 57 here into Minnesota, Nate.
Yeah,
QSL.
very good, Matt. Now you're up to 5 and 6. So, wacky band, over.
Yeah, the QS Bravo is pretty nasty today. It's been all over the place, up and down, so it's been a little bit wonky that way. And not hearing a lot of DX out of Europe either.
Yeah, very good. My antenna's fixed to the west, so. But still able to work Europe off of it, the backside. So, anyways, I'll let you carry on calling CQ there, Matt. I just wanted to break in and say you're being heard in West Virginia. Over.
Well, thanks so much. I appreciate you hopping in here and being a part of the YouTube live stream today. We are live on YouTube, so thanks for being a contact here on the video, and have a great day in West Virginia, and hopefully you guys have excellent band conditions the rest of the afternoon. Nate, W4 North America from Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie.
All the best.
This is Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
CQ20, CQ20.
All right, we'll hit the CQ call again.
Calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 meters from Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey.
Yeah, the QSB was.
CQ20.
It's been like that all day today. It's just, and it's been really fast QSB too.
CQ. From
Check on my radio charging here.
Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling
CQ20. Well, halfway there.
CQ20, CQ.
If you guys have been following the videos, you know what this is.
CQ20 meters.
The Yaesu FT5D.
Lima Whiskey
Working on some more video content for that.
Lakes, QRZ.
Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie. This is KC1LYG. Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie. This is Kilo Charlie 1 Lima Yankee Golf in Rhode Island.
Kilo Charlie 1 Lima Yankee Golf. Very good, Jim. You're making it here to Minnesota. The name here is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango, located about 20 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis. Over to you, Jim. Oh, we may have lost Jim there.
You're battling the noise in the weeds there.
Yeah, no,
cable here and there, but I'm glad we did connect. I'm in the Narragansett area, right on the beach, down here on the shores of Rhode Island.
All right, QSL, you're 5 and 5, 55, 55, 55 here in Minnesota, Jim. Copy your 55. Now we got somebody coming up right on the frequency here. Frequency is in use. Jim, did you copy your 5 and 5, 55? Jim, are you still able to copy KC0LWC from K0LWC? I think we lost Jim there. We'll go back to CQ there. Had somebody come up speaking Spanish out of nowhere. Not sure what's happening there.
Lima Whiskey Charlie calling CQ20. CQ20.
We'll see what else we can stir up here. We've been live for like 2.5 hours. I think lunchtime is over.
Lima Whiskey Charlie calling CQ20. CQ20. CQ20 meters. CQ20 meters from Kilo 0.
We'll see who else we can get up here at the end of our stream today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate you hanging out the shack with me today. Whiskey 3, Romeo Foxtrot Mike. Got you there, Roland. Good afternoon. All right, copy the 5 and 5. You're 5 and 3, 53 here in the northwestern suburbs of Minneapolis. And, well, it's always nice to talk to somebody that knows this part of the country, Roland.
Yeah, I spent 4 years working up there in the Iron Range, building our taconite plant, and all my kids were born up there now, so I'm fairly familiar with that area.
Well, if you were up there in the Iron Country, then you, and if you were there in the winter, you know what a real winter is all about, Roland. Over.
Oh, yes, sir. I told people I saw 40 below one year up there, and that was real painful on my windshield, and that's a unique experience you've never been in.
Yeah, I said we know a thing or two about cold weather in this part of the country. This right now is our best time of year, in my opinion. There are a lot of Scandinavian heritage folks here in Minnesota that will tell you that January and February are the best time of year in Minnesota, and you will not catch me saying that at all, Roland. To give you a quick rundown of the station here, running an ICOM 7300, 100 watts into a dipole, sloper 70 feet down to 30 feet, northwest, southeast, and running a Heil PR 781 boom mic. There's that Spanish again. All right, QSL Roland. Yep, I'm getting that same QR Mary as well out of nowhere, so I'm not sure what's happening with that. But we got you in the logbook. That's what counts. So we'll say 73. Thanks for the contact there from Lancaster County, PA, which I only know Lancaster County because I believe, I'm not sure if it was Ohio or Pennsylvania. I think it's PA. You know, I think that's a heavy Amish community there in Lancaster County. And I'm thinking of the Amish Mafia show, talking about bad reality television from years ago. That's where Lancaster County is in mind. So 73, Roland, thanks so much for the contact, and great to hear you here on 20. Hope to talk to you again. W3RFM from K0LWC. 73, Roland. All right, 73 Roland, thanks so much. I'm going to look for an open frequency, K0LWC, and I'll give the QSY here in a second. I'm going to QSY up to the 290s QSY, K0LWC. Not sure what that was all about. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? K0LWC. Is this frequency in use? K0LWC. Sounds clear. CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ. Calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ20 from K0LWC, QRZ.
CQ20, CQ20, calling CQ.
Yeah, so that's, I'm not sure if they just can't hear me. That was a band shift. What was going on there? But that Spanish-speaking station went nowhere.
Charlie, calling CQ20.
Again, thanks for hanging out in the chat, guys. We're going to wrap it up here pretty soon. We're going to see what else we can scare up here on 20, but thanks for riding along today. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream today.
CQ20, CQ.
Glad I could hop on and make some contacts with you guys.
From Kilo 0 Lima.
It's been pretty good. Overall, not bad. Racked up about 27 contacts so far.
CQ20, CQ20.
All right, nothing there. We'll run it again.
Calling CQ20.
Back to work you go, Chris. Oh no, you got to tell work ham radio way more important.
Lima Whiskey Charlie calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ.
Thanks for hanging out though, Chris.
From Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie calling CQ20, CQ20, CQ 20 meters, CQ 20 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie in the land of 10,000 lakes, QRZ.
I hear your pain, Brian. I used to live in an HOA myself. Now, luckily, they let me have a wire up. A very stealthy end-fed. 25, 30-ish feet down to 6 feet. But I feel your pain if you're living in an HOA, believe me. And I had neighbors. My neighbors next to me, they thought my transformer on my end-fed was a security camera looking in their backyard. That was ridiculous.
Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie in the land of 10,000 lakes, QRZ.
Kilowatt Bravo 2, United Kilowatt America.
Kilowatt Bravo 2, United Kilowatt America. Good afternoon, Doug. Great signal here into Minnesota.
What's up, Matthew? How you doing, buddy? I got you 5 and 6 into Long Island, my friend. I just turned the radio on, and I was doing a little flying around. I heard you call in. How's it going today? Over?
Oh, it's going great, Doug. We're just doing a little live streaming today over the lunch hour, seeing what we can find out there. And it's been a fairly interesting day here on the band. Some QS Bravo. Europe's been pretty quiet. Are you running live right now, or are you just hopping on the radio?
I'm live as well, so I'm on your live stream. You're on my live stream. We've got the dueling live streams going this afternoon. I'm running that new Expert SDR version 3, the alpha version. Really loving it. Very, very quiet receive. If you listen back to this later, I don't have the automatic noise cancellation turned on because the signal's a little bit too weak for me to do that. I'd squelch you out, but if you watch it later, you'll really get a nice preview of it. Over?
Oh, well, I said it sounded fantastic, Doug. I mean, you're 5'9" to 10 over S9 here in Minnesota, so you're just sounding absolutely fantastic. I was just talking to some folks earlier. We were talking about SDRs and talking about the flex radios and the Sun systems and all the different options that exist now for SDR. And, you know, I said for the longest time I thought that flex would be it for me, but I hear more and more people that are liking the Sun SDR radios and say that they really work well. So I'm kind of torn. Like, do I go the flex route, or do I go with the Sun SDR? I mean, the Sun SDR, I heard nothing but positive things, but oh man, do you have yours dialed in? You sound fantastic and the audio is excellent.
Thanks, Matt. I really appreciate it. I love the Sun. I upgraded to this, I don't know, about 4 months ago from a Flex 5000. I'm running all the audio processing. I'm on a condenser mic, and I run into an M-Audio USB interface, and then I pipe the audio into a program called Cakewalk, which is a DAW, a digital audio workstation, and that's where I do all my virtual studio rack, basically. And then I use another program called Voice Meter Potato that'll push that audio into the SDR software, because you can't share the drivers. So the Voice Meter software kind of splits the audio around so multiple programs can pick it up. but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It handles what I put into it, and even better than the transmit, the receive is just spectacular. And these guys are updating the software every week. And
we're looking
I'm
at his
looking forward to what
live
the
stream,
end product will be maybe by the beginning of the year. So, Matt, I'm going to let you get back at it. Enjoy the live stream. I'm going to QSY. Really, really good to make contact with you this afternoon. Kilo Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie from KB2 UKA. I'll be QSY in your finals. Take care.
All right, thanks so much. Again, yeah, it sounds fantastic, and I'm familiar with the voice meter. I'm using voice meter Banana when I'm doing some other forms of live streaming here. So it's not in the current setup for what I'm using now, but yeah, that voice meter is a fantastic product that's out there. Yeah, I said thanks for coming in and saying hello here on the live stream. I'm showing your waterfall right now in my live stream if you have it up. So, like I said, we have from one live stream to another. I guess this is kind of like a POTA to POTA contact. We'll call it a YouTube to YouTube contact. So I think this is my second or third time that's happened. So thanks so much for the wonderful contact. Have fun out there on the bands today. Make some more great contacts, and I hope to run into you again some other time here on 20 meters. Again, just a brilliant sounding station. So have fun, 73. Kilo Bravo 2, Uniform Kilo Alpha from Kilo Zero, Lima, Whiskey Charlie.
All right, 73, yeah, maybe we'll set up a Yoda, YOTA, YouTube on the air. 73, Matt, KB2 UKA QSY.
73. This is Kilo Zero, Lima, Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Kilowatt Italy 4, Romeo Alpha.
Kilowatt India 4, Romeo Alpha. Good afternoon there, Sparks. This is Matt, Mike Alpha, Tango Tango up here in Minnesota.
Roger, Matt. Yeah, I've been listening to you for a little while and followed you when you QSY'd and then listened to the dueling YouTube. That's something.
Yeah, I said it's fun to have other people out here live streaming, and it's just neat. I think it's just a really interesting and fun way to share ham radio with people that maybe they're studying for their license, or maybe they're a technician, or just haven't played around with HF. I think it's a really, really fun way just to showcase ham radio and kind of get a reel behind the peak of the curtain, if you will, of what it's all about. It is quite a radio. I said it's a fantastic radio. I absolutely love my ICOM 7300. I can't say enough good things about it. What's my signal report out to you today? I'm going to put you down here at a 5 and 7, 57 into Minnesota.
You're exactly 5-7 here in Pensacola, or Cantonment, which is a little bit north of Pensacola. And I've been watching the S meter and listening to other people that I've talked to down on the other bands, and it seems that this S meter is a little scotch. I'm just going to live with it right now. But yeah, you're doing a great job with 100 watts and a sloper. There's no doubt. And I'm only running 100 watts on a 5-band 2-element quad pointed right at you.
Well, yeah, you sound phenomenal. You peaked there 5 and 8 the last go around, so you're doing a fantastic job. I was talking to a gentleman earlier down from your neck of the woods, and he said that there was lots of air activity today. Lots of folks were from the military down there with all your military installations. They were doing some bombing runs and some jet fighter training. Have you seen anything like that going on today in your neck of the woods?
That'd be over in Fort Walton Beach, Eglin Air Force Base. I don't think the Navy was flying today.
Okay, yeah, he said it was some Navy stuff going on, and they had some kind of bombing range, something Pines. I can't remember what it was. Does that ring a bell?
No, it doesn't. Not that they weren't doing it, but I'm about 20 miles north of Pensacola, so I wouldn't hear them out here unless they just happened to make a pass by the house.
Well, if they made a pass by the house, they probably would rumble the old windows, I would imagine. I'm not sure how often they get the sonic booms going. We used to get that in Colorado oftentimes. We had lots of military installations in Colorado, and every once in a great while, maybe once every few months, you hear a sonic boom go off from a fighter jet going supersonic for some reason. Whether they were scrambling for something or doing some kind of training, they try not to do that because it's kind of annoying. But every once in a while, they still end up doing it. But I said, you guys got to get through your hurricane season here in a couple weeks yet. But then you guys get into your nice time of year down there in Florida. We're going into our not so nice time of year up here in Minnesota.
Yeah, well, hurricane season goes till the end of November. And, yeah, well, right now, this week, yesterday, matter of fact,
yeah, thanks for tuning in, Aaron. That's awesome.
The blower motor quit, and I'm waiting.
Good luck
for my,
working on your general exam. That's awesome. I'm sure you'll pass it.
So I can go run
Ham Radio Prep is a great tool to use for that.
Matt, over.
Oh yeah, I said I've been down your way a couple of times, and you know the time to head down your way is December and January, and escape all the snow and the cold and all that not fun stuff that we know too much about here in Minnesota. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Say 73. See what else is out there before we end things here this afternoon. So thanks so much for coming in there, saying hello on the YouTube live stream. So thank you for participating. Really appreciate it, and have a great rest of your Tuesday. And really enjoyed also seeing the pictures of your shack. I should put those up here real quick. Looks like you got a nice layout, a nice setup. Looks like I said, just everything you need right there, nice and cozy. Look at that. I'm just taking a look at it now. That's awesome. Very similar to mine, except I need to get that second tier on mine. I got to have build some wood shelves yet, but excellent. So thanks so much for hopping in here on the live stream. Appreciate it, and hope to catch you again down the logbook. KI4RA from K0LWC.
Okay, Matt. 7-3. Really enjoyed it. Have a good rest of your afternoon also. K0LWC, KI4RA, 7-3.
73. This is K0LWC for the YouTube live stream, QRZ.
November 3, Zulu Whiskey Hotel.
November 3, Zulu Whiskey Hotel. Good afternoon, Les. You're sounding good here in Minnesota.
I have a 5-6 as well in Maryland. We're at the southern tip on the eastern shore, about 8 miles from the Virginia line, Chesapeake Bay. Clear here today, but I have a lot of static. Seems to be a lot of lightning strikes between here and yourself. Roger?
Oh, very good. Well, I'm going to give you 5 and 8. You got close to touching 5 and 9, but you're officially 5 and 8 here into the northwestern suburbs of Minnesota. What's my report there, so I can just close out this log?
I have you a 5-6 in Maryland.
All right, thanks again for that 5-6. Yeah, I said you're sounding wonderful. I was just going to pull up the pictures here of your station on my live stream. We are live on YouTube this afternoon, hanging out here in the shack so you can hear how you sound if you're close to the computer there. But boy, it looks like you have a wonderful shack there. A nice cozy little corner and a big old amplifier and a big old radio and a big old tuner and a couple small computers, relatively speaking. Looks like a cozy shack to me.
Roger, I made the antenna. Everything else, obviously, we purchased and put in the shack. But the antenna that I talk on is a open antenna. It's 251 feet long, about 25 feet in the air. Does a pretty good job, made of 12-gauge wire. It gets me where I want to go, and it hangs a little low at times, but it talks well. Over.
Yeah, I said it's doing a really nice job for it. Like I said, you're peaking pretty darn close to 5 and 9, and everything just sounds phenomenal. And I said, so I've taken a look there at the amp you have. So what power are you running right now?
Right now I've got you at 1,000 watts. I was talking to Slovenia and did not move it. It's right at 1,000.
All right, excellent. Well, yeah, you're sure putting a good signal up here. Like I said, the QS Baker today has been pretty rough. And was Slovenia all you heard? I've been hearing from a lot of people, including myself from earlier, I haven't heard a ton of Europe today. Has that been the case for you?
That's correct. Slovenia, I talked to Spain, and I had one contact from Belgium. I have not been on that long. One of the friends stopped by to help me with Logbook of the World, and when he left, he said that the conditions were really good today, that the sun was in a good cycle. So I thought I'd get on and try it, but it's not living up to what he told me it was.
I felt the same exact way. The sunspot number's way up. The solar flux is way up. I was expecting it to be a lot different on the bands, and we're getting the same thing here, Les. So it's not just you. It's kind of the same story in Minnesota. But all right, Les, I'm going to say 73. Thanks for the contact. Thanks for participating here in the YouTube live stream this afternoon and being on the video. I appreciate it, and I hope to run into you again. And good luck on working some more DX if you can find it. November 3, Zulu Whiskey Hotel from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie 73.
Roger, Matt. The name of the antenna that I couldn't think of was a horizontal loop that I made, a horizontal loop. So November 3, Zulu Whiskey Hotel. We're asking again 73s to K0LWC.
73, take care. QRZ. QRZ all stations from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. All right, not hearing anybody there. It's been a pretty good run here of almost 3 hours on the live stream today. So thank you for hanging out here in the shack with me. Hopefully, I said if you were able to, you could hop in and make a contact with me. If not, maybe you don't have your general ticket like Aaron. Again, good luck on your test, Aaron. If you are not a ham at all, this gives you a good sense of how HF sounds, how it works, just how everything operates on HF. So again, I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you can, or if you have any questions, drop a comment even after the video. I'll be sure to answer them. Trying to help anybody that needs help. I'm always there for that. Give the video a thumbs up before you leave. And again, thanks so much. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to get outside and mow the grass here in Minnesota. I got to get that done. It's looking a little bit long. And it's that time of year in Minnesota. We got to tend to the yard and do the yard work, overseeding and mowing and trimming and doing all the prep work so that way the grass looks good next summer. So thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Tuesday, and